What's up? Hey guys, GSL's about to finish, hopefully, and then we're gonna get this started. We're just waiting for that one to finish up here, because you know what? We don't like to compete with the GSL. It seems unfair for them, you know. Don't want them to feel left out. Don't want to take their spotlight too quickly. Forgot I still have this dragon behind me, actually. Might as well take it away right now. No? It's not messing up the green screen as much as I thought it would. Anyway. Forgive me. We're good. We're good. Alright. So, yeah, what's up? What's up? I'm not watching the GSL right now because I don't want it to be spoiled. I've not been able to quite see the GSL, the previous matches. I had to see the previous one as well before that. Didn't quite have the time just yet, but yeah, managed to catch it this morning. You know, just ×2 speed it and then get myself through the entire thing. There was a lot of pauses that previous time. This time around, I'm not quite sure. I've seen the first match between Bomber and Cure. That was the fun one. That was the fun one because of well, how it kind of went, right? Very one-sided. Then I looked on Legulac and I actually saw that Cure actually, let me see, where is this guy? Do I still have it open? Do I still have it open? I don't have it open. Well, anyway, Cure, like, his most killed victim overall in his rivalries is actually Bomber. So it's like, ooh, alright, Bomber. No wonder that was so one-sided, and that in that first one, rivalries. Let's see. Wait, am I going crazy? I think I might be. Let me check again. Rivalries. Oh, it's Dream. I see. So I was completely wrong. I was completely wrong there. All right, never mind. Never mind. My bad. We're just going to wait for this to start. I might actually... You know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fix up this as we're waiting for this to start. We still got a little bit of time here, of course. Let me take a look and let me get this in here. So warning, I'm not quite sure how loud this is going to be. I might have to adjust it a little bit. So turn down the volume a little bit if you're wearing headphones on high volume. I'm going to quickly adjust it though, so it'll only take a second. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's embarrassing. That's the wrong one, Kozan. That's the wrong one. Where'd I put it? Ah, right. I remember. This is the one.
From Future, there is no third base on the way, and these teams are going to try to be able to snipe this Raven. If they could snipe this Raven before they move across the map, that's massive, but the Raven matters a whole lot less than it did, you know, previous games. There is no Robo on the map whatsoever here. It is just Charizard. I mean, sure, it is 6 gates.
Oh my god.
Oh, Charizard, that is a massive play coming in from around here. And there we have it. Now we do have the Dorito Cannon on the front, but man, we have a massive surround here all over the place. And Max Pax looking to clean up Future as Future micros in the main base with no healing left. And what a great force field here. Now, Future up on Army Supply when this started is now heinously down as these Charizards just get on top of everything that Future holds dear. And this push, well, it looks pretty stalled out.
Looks like Solar won't get any SCP. It was very lucky from Dream, I have to be honest there. Having those SCVs exactly where he needed them, and the drones have to back off because they're faster than the Marine, so they will be able to retreat. And more drones are gonna be pulled. It looks like Solar this time is gonna be trying to block this bunker from ever existing. Here attacking the bunker, gonna be cancelled by Dream. A lot of SCVs, a lot of drones are put into the action though. So that's already damage being dealt by Dream. Of course, Dream as well is losing quite a little bit of time and resources for this. 2 bunkers are gonna be dropped, but there are already 3 Marines attacking this actually right here, right now. The drones are here, ready to be pulled once the first few queens and blings are out. Here comes the pull, here comes the army, here comes Solar, getting on top of the Marines and getting them away from these bunkers. A clean surround coming from Solar. Dream gets out of that just in the brink of time he needed, but one of the SCVs is gonna fall. The second one is gonna barely complete this bunker. Good play by Dream. The first queen is out, and right now Solar has to retreat back into defensive stance, and Dream has accomplished his proxy. The bunker is in position, and the army of Solar needs to be completely pulled. He's gonna be able to deal with this by losing a lot of drones. First bunker is gonna go down right here, or maybe not. Too many Marines, too many drones are lost, too many links are down, and it looks like it's gonna be another GG call by Solar. Army, but still, this is a scary army, scary amount of tanks, while Patience is fully going ham on top of his opponent, trying to get damage here through the map, blinking forward on top of those tanks, and the Shadow Strike Dark Templars are getting so much damage so quickly. The most important pieces of production for innovation are under attack right now. Meanwhile, the rest of the army of Perfect Purification Nova will get a lot of damage done. Meanwhile, another round of units is gonna be worked in by Patience to seal the deal.
From Future, there is no third base on the way, and these teams are going to try to be able to snipe this Raven. If they could snipe this Raven before they move across the map, that's massive, but the Raven matters a whole lot less than it did, you know, previous games. There is no Robo on the map whatsoever here. It is just charge lots. I mean, sure, it is 6 gates.
Oh my god.
Oh, charge lot. That is a massive play coming in from around here. And there we have it. Now we do have the Dorito cannon on the front, but man, we have a massive surround here all over the place. And MaxPax looking to clean up Future as Future micros in the main base with no healing left. And what a great force field here. Now, Future up on army supply when this started is now heinously down as these chargelets just get on top of everything that Future holds dear. And this push, well, it looks pretty stalled out.
Looks like Solar won't get any SCP. They was very lucky from Dream, I have to be honest. Having those SCVs exactly where he needed them, and the drone.
From Future, there is no third base on the way, and these teams are going to try to be able to snipe this Raven. If they could.
I just realized that was actually on loop. I've no idea how many times that played. I thought, let me just play it once, but I was like, wow, there's a lot of play the games in this one. Interesting, interesting. Yeah, we're still waiting a little bit for the other tournament to finish up. 5 minutes, all right. 5 minutes. I'm trusting you, Cynical. Trusting you. Whew. Whew. Let me see. All right. Yeah, we just gotta wait a little bit. What's up, Motion? How you doing, my man? Good to have you with me, man. Was Solar now in the GSL? I swear, oh my god, Cynical, I still need to see it myself. It's gonna be awkward. Oh well. It's not the first GSL that got spoiled for me. It's just a rough one, right? I can't see it myself. If only I could just restream the GSL, you know, the biggest StarCraft 2 tournament on the world, but I don't think they would appreciate it. Don't think they would appreciate it. Let's see. Where's an easy way to find? You should know this probably, Cynical. Where can I find like the current GSL season? Who's GSL and why is it on Wednesday, man? If only we knew. If only we knew. It would be so much easier right now. Solar. I just googled solar without Liquipedia there. Question mark? Question mark? What the fuck? What do you mean? What do you mean, what the fuck? What do you mean? It's a serious question. It's season 3 right now, right? The GSL? Season 3. There we go. I found it. Right, yeah. Solar moved on through first. First place versus Solar and versus Trap. Chicken tacos. Nice. Different. Alright. Alright. Should end pretty soon. Should end pretty soon. Also, I'm just gonna bother Solar here with questions in the lobby while we wait. Maybe we'll get a response at some point and we'll have something interesting to talk about. Who knows? He's probably just watching the GSL himself as well, just being like, what's this guy? Why does he want to talk right now when GSL is going on? I'm sorry. Oh, alright. He doesn't know. He doesn't know. He doesn't have much confidence, I see. Solar doesn't have much confidence in himself. Moves on first in his group in GSL, but you know what? There's not that much confidence in this man. Solar. Let me see. What ranking is Solar, actually? Let's take a look. Number 16 in the world. Prince is actually number 99, so that is that's a tall order, it feels like, to really go up against Solar right now. But you know what, Prince is one of those players that might be able to just throw some weird things out in the build orders and then surprise Solar. And well, it is the best of 5, so it's gonna have to be quite a couple of surprises. I'm going for a shower. Don't start without me. Alright. You already ate all your Pela. What's that? Okay. Well, alright. All good, my man. All good. We might start without you because we've already waited here for quite a while, waiting for this kind of to continue onwards. GSL's done? Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot more chatter in the chat boxes as well, so. Anyway. His favorite day of the week and why it's Wednesday? I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to. I think he's about to start. Don't want to interrupt him now. You know? Just then, when the other tournament was going on and we were watching it, sure. Weird questions galore, but right now, I also don't want to embarrass myself. Solar, I think Solar and I might be one of my... Well, he might be my favorite Zerg player, actually. He might be my favorite Zerg player. Which means he might be my favorite player. Oh. It's your favorite one as well? Nice, nice. That's good to hear, Motion. That is good to hear. Oh, that's loud for me. There we go. That's a bit better. Either hear him or Sorrel. Sorrel? Alright. Sorrel, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorrel is a really good player after all. Of course I know Sorrel. Everybody knows about Sorrel, right? Am I right? I'm gonna do a quick Google. 1 sec, guys. Oh. Alright, looks like we are starting here. First game, Solar versus Prince, a ZVP. Should be a difficult one here for Prince, of course. But who knows? Who knows? He might be able to make something work right now. There is that lovely new bumper we have. Is it called a bumper? It's a kind of a bumper, right? A bumper, a stinger, an in-between little video to transitional video, whatever it is. Anyway, in the bottom right side, there we have this blue Protoss going for the hatchery block run. Now, he is none other than Team GP's Prince. Oh, thank God I got it right. In the top left side, there is that red Zerg player fighting for none other than the KC Gamers. He is Solar. We have just started, waited a little bit here for... you go shower now, alright. We had to wait a little bit here for the GSL to start up, but here we are now with these games starting right in time. Exactly. We actually were waiting a little bit, so you know what, getting it all to work out perfectly here. Solar went for a very quick hatchery, and so he was still able to get this sorted out without getting blocked. A little bit of a bummer for Prince, of course, as well, sending that probe this early on across the map here. But still, I mean, ultimately, Solar having to invest into a very, very early hatchery as well. This game should be better. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Solar doesn't have much confidence in himself, but you know what? I do believe he might be the favorite one to win here. Might be. I'll have to wait and see. In my mind's view, he is anyway. Is it I's mind view or just mind? Is my mind's? I don't know. I's mind view. English is difficult sometimes. What's up, Neo? Catharsis, Sun Lily also joining. What's up? How you all doing? Hope you had a good time watching the GSL. I didn't manage to watch it myself. Did not manage to see all of it. I got to catch the first game between Cure and Bomber. That was a bit of a bummer, though. A bummer, as in bad one, but anyway, hoping that these ones will be a bit better. We're seeing a Stargate opening here from Prince, already showcasing a little bit of individuality, right, as he's not going for that Twilight Council right now. Solar will be looking at this to get this scout off, it looks like. Yeah, should be able to. It's been a while since I've actually seen Prince. This might actually be the first time I'm casting Prince as well. I could be wrong on that one. Maybe I've casted him once or twice before, but Prince, a very creative player, of course. Definitely showcasing a little bit of personality in the GSL. Fresh, little refreshment coming in that sense. Oh boy. Ugh, that's a rough one though. Getting both of those steps caught out. It's not what's supposed to happen. Does get one drone, but ultimately, ugh. The Void Ray doesn't even wait a single second here to get that charge going. Just zapping away on that Overlord immediately. Might as well, as he already got discovered anyway. And looking to just kind of deny Overlord scouting here, it looks like for Prince. Using his Void Ray defensively, which is a pretty cool thing to do. Reminds me a little bit of like overall how Terrans sometimes play against Zergs as well, right? Going for the Hellions, which are replaced by the Adepts, and then going for the Banshees, which are replaced by the Void Ray, in order to get yourself the well, the units you need against the Zerglings and versus the Roaches, of course, both A little bit similar. It's a little bit similar here. So immediately you're already kind of in a good spot against either of the possibilities that Zerg could send at you. Behind this, of course, we have, of course, to say, well, it's a little bit of a weird one. 2 Stargates and an immediate fleet beacon as well coming up here. Going to be interesting in seeing if he is going to go for carriers. I'm assuming it's going to be carriers. Would be very much surprised if it's going to be Tempest, but you know what? I've been surprised before. It is Prince after all. Might have something up his sleeves. Third base here by Solar, getting nicely saturated now as well. Unknown is just lurking right now since he's got to eat some dinner. Maybe he'll join in afterwards. Alright, all good, my man, all good. Go have yourself some food. A couple of Zerglings here trying to figure out where they can go. Maybe catch themselves a couple of adapts. Probably want to just skedaddle on out of there without a Void Ray right on top of them. Actually, we'll try to commit here a little bit longer. No. Alright. And, yeah, he just wants to figure out what's happening here. I'm a bit surprised he didn't go for the Overlord speed. Will get himself the Overseer, though. Where is this Overseer? Let's take a gander. There he is. Okay, so still very far across the map right now. It's going to take him a while before he really starts to see these carriers. And, I mean, he's going to see the carriers when there's already 2 on the map, right? So, that means, most likely, before he even has a response, we might be close to getting 6 carriers already. Which can be rather rough. Now, of course, Zerg have this nice thing where they... Okay, well, this is a nice one. Already starting up the Spire immediately as well here as he sees those 2 carriers flying across. It's a very quick reaction here from Solar. Identifying what's going on. Putting down some Spore Crawlers as well. This Spire is a little bit exposed, though. Oh, no, never mind. The carriers are going elsewhere. That's kind of working out. Now, you need a lot of queens to really beat these 2 carriers, and specifically when there's a Void Ray involved as well. This can be still rather difficult. So probably want to have a Spore Crawler here with the defense. Not sure if you're going to be able to get it otherwise. No cancel on that hatchery. And these 2 carriers are actually doing quite a bit right now. Doing a good number onto the Zerg economy. Getting the cancel on that 4th base. There are roaches across the map, though. Are we having a recall on those carriers? That's, you know what, that's a good move there by Solar, I would say. It's kind of struggling dealing with those carriers. Having them across the map right now really helps him facilitate that some sort of a response right now. Now, we went up to 4 carriers, and immediately afterwards now we're seeing more Void Rays being created here. Which is a very cool thing to see, because normally if you are playing against carriers, right, the response would be Corruptors, and now already getting himself that counter to the Corruptors here in the shape and form of those Void Rays. Solar here once again just taking a little gander, taking another poke. Doesn't want these carriers to go across the map just quite yet. So just trying to do any counter aggression as well, of course, if they were to go across the map. But kind of forcing them backwards down its own already. A little bit of a victory here for Solar, I would say. He's still trying to set up that 4th base. 4th base. Quite desperately needed now, right? I would say. As we already have that 3rd base for Prince mining away. And economic advantage here kind of stagnating for Solar, which he had previously. It's definitely a rough one. Against these carriers types of things, you want to be able to throw away resources when you don't need them as much. You want to be able to kind of get a big army going as well, right? Very quickly here for the Zerg. So you just need a lot of stuff, honestly, especially if you don't really catch these carriers as they are being built. Oh my dear lord, man! I'm having flashbacks actually from another game I saw recently between Zest and Solar on this map. Zest also going for a carrier army and then adding in more Void Rays as well. Absolutely destroying Solar. Solar played it very nicely as well, though, to be fair. Trying to just keep his bases alive. Made a lot of Spore Crawlers everywhere. Ultimately, though, the mothership into the main base of Solar kind of shut everything down for him. Made it a very difficult game to play. 4th base for Prince now as well on the way. Did he lure this army of Prince far enough that he can actually poke in here? Nah, probably not. He's gonna try anyway, though. Here come the Biles. The Biles actually mostly targeting on the cannon right now. And Solar realizing, you know what, that's actually a ton of Void Rays. So might not be able to get that one immediately right now. So might have to reconsider his options here. Waiting for that overcharge of the Void Rays to wear off the prismatic alignment. There come the Biles, right on top of a lot of the Void Rays. Are taking quite a bit of a beating. The Corruptors, they're doing okay actually here. They are plentiful enough, and oh, their Archon now though, that splash damage kicking in, but ultimately the air army of Prince here getting shut down rather quickly, impressively quickly. Not gonna lie, wasn't assuming that this was gonna go this heavily in the favor of Solar, at least in the air battle there. I thought that was gonna be the harder part to take the victory, but alright, Corruptors pretty good, even without the +1. I mean, that's only right now finishing up here. Interesting. But yeah, Prince now with just a meager Stalker Force, a single Archon and a single Immortal. Not really anything he can push across the map with, right? Should be easy to be mopped up by Solar, just spamming out Zerglings. It's actually going up to a lot of Banelings right now. Could be good too. Carriers are so trash. I don't know. I think they're pretty good. I think we just saw too many Corruptors there. Maybe the ground army for Prince could have done a little bit more as well versus the Corruptors. Whether it was getting 2 more Archons and actually having the Archon continuously shoot the Corruptor, that would have been good. That would have been good. Just grab yourself a Storm with it as well, and should be able to, he should have been able to take that fight, I would say. Alright, that's a lot of Banelings. That's a lot of Banelings. No longer really trying to go for the air army here. Here's Prince. Oh, massive Biles connections as well. That's another point to be making, right? Like 2 Void Rays did go down to the Biles. That's a lot of damage. And a lot of damage that Prince missed out upon. Nexus here in the bottom left does get picked off. Solar here is just going to be able to take this one, it looks like. Some 60 to 70 supply ahead right now. He's on 5 bases sitting comfortably. And Prince right now having to recreate that 4th. Hive Tech on the way. +2 attack for both these players. Yeah, I think it's looking upwards here for Solar. I got a little bit worried, honestly. I really anticipated those Corruptors to do worse in that fight, but just not quite the engagement Prince was hoping for, I would say. Having a bit of trouble here. Baneling's trying to get into the bottom left side, but only getting 3 probes right there. Still a mass of those Corruptors just roaming around. Kind of denying Prince from recreating any type of an air force at the moment, right? If he does try to invest into it right now, that could be leading to quite a bit of problem. Maybe just playing against Solar right now with him having 11 Corruptors worth of supply just being taken up right now. Maybe a fully maxed out Protoss army will be able to take a very decisive fight here if it's mostly ground forces. We'll need a bit of splash damage though, of course, rather than just the Archons, I would say. Whether that be Storm, whether that be Colossi, anything really. The Archons are pretty good though to soak up those Banelings, but if you can just kill the Banelings with Storm, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. Alright. Reasonable, a little bit of a connection there. The Corruptors again though, coming in from the backside. We'll be able to shut down that Nexus once more. Really making life difficult here for Prince. Is Solar. Those Corruptors coming across as well now. Right on top of that War Prism. Oh my dear lord, everything's going to absolute shambles right now for Prince. But you know what, those Archons, they tanked a ton of those Banelings. We'll be able to stand proud and tall for a little bit longer. Just needs to not let all those Stalkers take AoE damage. That's a bit rough. Yeah, they should be able to get cleaned up here by Solar. Ultimately, right? Just get more roaches, get more zerglings here. Not even bothering waiting to get everything together right now. Just gonna send things in one by one as it's coming off of the production line. I don't think he minds as much, and yeah, he doesn't even need to. GG is called. Got too much of an advantage there earlier on. And, yeah, well played there by Solar. Takes game number 1. Game number 1. Game number 2, let's take a look where this one is going to be played. Everdream. Everdream going to be the next one. What's up, Zargurn? Zargurn. Is that what I'm supposed to be saying here? I'm not completely sure. I hope I am. What's up anyway? How you doing? How are you doing today? Had some fun with the StarCraft 2? Goes in quiet? Am I quiet? I don't think I am. Seems fine to me. Just turn up the volume. Turn up that volume. Maybe I got a little bit timid. Wow. Alright. We good now? Are we good now? Are we good? You have to do everything. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You have to turn me up. Alright. Solar versus Prince. Game number 2. Nice. Nice. Alright. Everdream. Everdream, pretty large map, right? Would it be the worst for another attempt at the carriers and the void rays, right? Another really big thing actually in that match, the initial attack with the 2 carriers. Oh, Solar is tearing. Wrong race, wrong race. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. That just happens sometimes. Oh. Alright, so as I was saying, right, the initial attack with the carriers, it didn't really quite find any damage, did it? It felt like it had an opportunity to do so. Those 2 carriers, more than enough to deal with like 4 queens, maybe 5 queens. Yeah, I think 5 queens as well. Should be able to pick those off. The queens, they take quite a bit of damage from those interceptors. Also a little bit of energy for transfuse. Maybe you would have been okay, but ultimately you will be able to take out a couple of them. Just zoom around, scoot around, trying to deny those bases, kill off some more drones. I guess, yeah, he killed off that the 4th base. But honestly, that was at a later point in time, wasn't it? Pretty sure it was. Oh, wait, there we go. There we go. In the top right side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss player fighting for Team GP. JP? No, GP. GP, he is Prince. I will stay safe, Motion. Thank you, thank you. In the bottom left side, we have ourselves that red Zerg player fighting for none other than Kaisi Gaming. He is Solar. Checking to see if he can get away with a 16 hatch. We'll be able to do so. Prince already adjusting from that previous series, realizing, you know what? You know what? I don't need to go that early, as he will get himself that 16 to 15 hatchery. Should be able to get it anyway, right? So I don't have to send that probe as early on. Got a couple more cycles of minerals in from another worker. Might as well. Might as well. A bit more harvesting of the blue crystals. Like that. Oh. I always thought that cast, they meant with cast, it was like the cast, you know, the people that are casting the game. Then I was like, well, that's weird, because normally you would call this streaming, right? Why would it be called casting if somebody's just playing a game, right? Why would they, this must be some weird lost in translation stuff. But later on I realized, of course, you guys are casting a ability or some sort of a spell that is stay safe or on fire. And yeah, I sometimes still read it the wrong way. I still see it as the cast. The cast needs to stay safe. You're under my moves. Nice. I always am. I always have been. It's undeniable. Alright, couple of Zerglings. Once again, that Stargate opening here. I like to see it, honestly. I think it could have packed out a little bit better there for Prince, ultimately. The Roaches and the Zerglings. Maybe a little bit of an overcommittal, sending all those carriers backwards. Would like to see a little bit of more of a aggression front. Moving in for a couple more, well, a couple more drone kills, a couple of queen kills. Pick those off and get yourself sorted. Another great thing here by for Princes, of course, he's opening up with the same way, right? Going for that Void Ray. And now, because he did show those carriers the previous time around, suddenly Solar's gonna just have that on his mind immediately, right? This is what happened last time. This is what he did as a follow-up. This could mean that Prince could just go for something entirely different behind this. Already having these 3 Adepts here is making me a little bit suspicious that we might see the Twilight Council coming up instead of another Stargate here. And there it is. Alright, so you know what? Solar now in the dark has to take into consideration what happened last game. Now opens up in the same way, and now suddenly, you know, it's a different follow-up. So a bit of a mind game here for Prince, trying to make it seem like it's the same thing, and then just quickly turning the wheel around and going at 180 on his own strategy here. Deciding, you know what, let me do something just completely different and try to catch my opponent off guard. And it's a nice attempt here, but ultimately, you know what, it looks like Solar's not really falling for it. Still making that Roach Warren here. Still got himself a reasonable pack of Lings. He can drone up a little bit more, so this is something I see Solar do more often. He likes to play it incredibly safe. This might also have to do with him just not being as confident in himself. But yeah, he can get away with you know what, just like 8 more drones here, I'd say, just because of the Void Ray opening here. Not really gonna get himself hurt all that much. That's 5 Overlords on the production tab, actually. And he's already on what? How much supply does he need? Solar is he going for a Roach all in here? Oh, it's gonna be rough then for Prince, who's trying to come across right now with these Adepts at this moment in time. Maybe Solar was just anticipating still the carrier attack, and then just thought, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna send a gazillion Roaches across the map here to punish this. And kill him before the carriers have a chance to really come into all too high number. Alright, the Adepts do actually get in here. The Lynx were not in position, so still a good amount of drones should be picked off right now, although he's targeting a lot of the Roaches. A little bit rough. Okay, second attempt there into the natural. The third base as well. Gonna start to get quite heavily pressured. Depths over here. And Solar again. I mean, for somebody who's playing this safe, it's not uncommon for him to just suddenly lose this amount of workers. Like 9 workers when he had, like, listen, 42 workers. 42. That's a very safe number. Normally you shouldn't lose anything right there. And, well, the one thing that really pops up into my mind would be to say that, you know what, he just didn't have enough Zerglings, right, to really catch those Adepts from moving in. Didn't have enough Zerglings for the initial pack of Adepts right there, so they were allowed to shade right on top of the creep, and then they had easy access to shade into the main base. Anyway, alright, here we go. The counter-attack for Solar, of course, might still just absolutely tap Prince a new one. The Queens just gotta try to keep themselves alive there. Needs to get that transfusion. Okay, there we go. He's on top of it right now. The Biles as well, of course, want to target down this pylon. There's only a single pylon Actually powering up all of these shield batteries. Just barely not getting it with the bios at this moment in time. There is that dark shrine behind us as well. That is in full range of Solar here. He needs to get himself some sort of a stealth detection, but I don't think he has any available, as he doesn't have the layer attack right now. So he's just going to have to go in here and try to do as much damage as possible before the DTs kill off his army. And you know what? I think he might be able to do so. That's a lot of probes going down right now. The DTs could, of course, make a wall off on that ramp and not allow any Zerg units to come in here, but ultimately, yeah, that would cost him the natural. And Lynx get in here anyway, so looks like he will lose everything. And that's gonna have to be a GG here. Second game going into favor for Solar. Well played indeed. A little bit surprising he still took that much damage from the Adepts, but ultimately, you know what, having more than enough to just push across the map right there, because he did over prepare a little bit if he was expecting an Adept pressure. But you know what, overall Solar, I'm not sure if he was planning to do a counterattack because he thought it was going to be well, this is interesting. So if I put my arm here, oh well. Anyway, I don't know if he just wanted to all in because he thought it was the carriers again, and then trying to punish Prince as he's trying to transition into an air army. But ultimately, you know what? It worked out for both those occasions, and yeah, well played there by Solar once again, getting another point on the board. Impressive. I've been Thanos. Watch this. Apparently, oh, now it doesn't want to do it anymore. I don't know. Oh, there we go. Woo, no, I'm disappearing. It's just my shirt that's getting Thanos right now. Thanos, you dirty dog, you Thanos. Jeez. Imagine that. Instead of just getting rid of half the population, he got rid of half the clothing of the population, and then I don't know why I'm going into this. That's a ridiculous idea. There's it's like the porn version of Avengers Endgame. It's probably been done. It's probably been done somewhere. And if not, probably somebody writing it down right now. Pips 40 is the lead director, that's right. Wouldn't be surprised, wouldn't be surprised. I'm not sure what's happening here. It looks like Prince a little bit maybe taking a short intermission here. Catch a breather. I don't know. Not quite ready yet. Anyway, we'll have to wait a second here, of course. Okay, there we go. Until he does feel comfortable to continue onwards with the game. I always like it to have like my microphone like in screen in a sense. I don't know why, but that just makes it more official. Isn't that weird? Wouldn't it be better for like streamers and such to not have that in screen in a way? You know, wouldn't that be more professional to have this just like out of screen and have the main focus on the person? But then like this, all of a sudden you look so much more cooler, you know? You look so much more cooler. It's like I don't know, how do you call this? It's like showing off your, you know, taking a selfie in front of your car or something. It's not just your selfie, but also a car. Even though it's not your car or something like that. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Like, I like how it looks, but it does also feel a little bit showboaty. Like, look at me. I am a professional commentator, or I am a professional like streamer. Because I got a big microphone here on a stand. Look at that. It's just Kevin holding the mic stand on the right side here. Trying not to get it in the screen too much. Alright. Here we are again, another game. Will it be a clean sweep? This man needs to avoid that situation, of course. Doesn't want to humiliation, I should say. Humility. Doesn't want to be humid either, probably. Anyway, any other U words? He's a human, but he's also playing Protoss right now. He is the blue Protoss, fighting for Team GP. He is Prince. Bottom right side, the red Zerg, 2 points on the board. On match point right now. He wins this one. He will move onwards to the best of 7 finals for today. Did get his hatchery block this time around. He is Solar. I mean, he managed to avoid this for the longest amount of time, so having it happen now once, it's okay. It's okay. I don't think it's the worst thing. Honestly, of course, the Adepts, that's what people keep harping on about, right? The Adepts are going to be a lot better overall, but ultimately, I don't think it's too much of a difference. It's a slight one, but you should still be able to make the defense work out fine. But that being said, Solar, of course, even without really going too heavy on the drones, like, is an extreme safe amount of drones, and he still takes quite a lot of damage. So that does have me a little bit worried. It's one of the things I see actually happening a lot to Solar. Which is weird, you know, something like that being a weakness, just defending against the Adepts specifically. Let me see if I can find Solar's ranking versus Protoss actually. Oh wow, it's 70.2%. That's pretty good. That is pretty good. That's very impressive actually. 70.2. This is his best matchup. Interesting. Maybe just sticking to the lower drone count here just has something that I'm not picking up on. Maybe that's just, you know what, just the extra security that he needs not to die to the Adepts. But then he still takes damage from the Adepts. So then you would say not taking too much of a risk by not getting too many drones. And then also losing a lot of drones. And then still winning. It's interesting. It is interesting. Right, doesn't let that finish. Trying to get a glimpse as to what's being produced right now. Another Stargate opening. Can take this into multiple directions right now, as we've seen. Solar probably already fairly familiar with most of the directions that you can take this. Again, those 3 Adepts here, though, at the front door. Could that be another indication that we're seeing another Adept pressure? Another Twilight Council with the Adept Glaive. Let's take a look. Actually an Oracle this time around, so looks like we're seeing something completely different overall. We did not get to see an Oracle the previous time. The Oracle does help out a ton though, in case Solar wants to go for another Roach aggression here, or the circling aggression. Whether that be just zapping down those Zerg units, or whether it be just putting down some status traps. Catching those units, trying to move across the map. There is a Robo now on the way as well as the Twilight Council, so still could be the Adept Glaive still. We're just trying to throw Solar off the scent even further right now by also incorporating a Oracle. We do have one single Spore Crawler, and it is actually in the main, so that's a bit of a bummer for this one. Going into the one place where there's static defense against it. Yeah, it's rough. Gets 2. A little bit of lost mining time there. Nothing too bad. Oh, this isn't... That's a bit embarrassing. 2 of those drones actually quite a big misclick right there. This is his... Well, okay, now he has 2 more over here, but that's a lot of gas he's missing out upon right now. Oh, fixes it. There we go. And a third base on the way here for Prince. Going up to charge, going up to the Templar Archives. So, once again, another little bit of a different type of follow-up we're seeing here from Prince. Really showcasing that, you know what, he can add in a lot of flavor, a lot of creativity into this type of stuff. And it's going to keep Solar a little bit guessing, right? Ooh, that Warp Prism somehow squeezes through the line of sight of those two Zerglings. Could come in as quite a surprise. What's he going to go for? Oh, 3 High Templar. Double Archon drop right now. Would be good. Could be good. Zerglings trying to squeeze themselves through. Not quite being able to. Ah, the Overseer sees this one though. So will not be caught out by that one. As long as he's paying attention, of course. I would assume he saw this. That is very difficult to miss. Those 2 big blue balls on the minimap. Alright. Yeah, we're seeing roaches right now being assembled here. Coming together to get rid of the Archon Plague. It's a big whopping of Zealots as well, though. Might still be a little bit more difficult than to deal with than just for a couple of roaches. Might need a bit more. And yeah, that does seem to be the case. Quite a lot of these queens are going to go down. The drone's evacuating right now, but that's still a good couple of shots there taking place from those Archons. Oh, no pickup micro there on that one Archon, though. That's a bit of a shame. The other one does get saved, but still a lot of these Zealots around. A couple of Zerglings running across the field here. Will be able to pick up 14 workers as well. So now it comes down to the last little bit of units here of Prince. Looks like they will be cleaned up as well. That's ooh, Archon as well going down. The Void Ray here, I'm a bit surprised. It feels like it could have done a little bit more on those roaches. Not quite sure where it went, but oh well. In total, 10 workers go down, so equalizing out. It's an okay worker count here for both these players. Income advantage, not really in anyone's particular favor here right now. So overall, definitely still playable. Definitely still playable. Mutalisks are on the way though, and as a response, we're not seeing much happen just quite yet. Okay, no, there are Phoenixes right now in production. Oh, and 2 more Stargates. Alright, so yeah. He doesn't even quite know about it. Yeah, he is prepping for it rather heavily. Interesting. I wonder what gave it away. Maybe just seeing this the layer and then the gas. Well, he didn't see the gas over there either, so I don't know. This is some massive IQ play from Prince if he did figure this out somehow. It seems to be that way. Maybe he's just anticipating it, or maybe he wants to go into triple Stargates for Void Rays. I don't even know. But he was making Phoenixes. Yeah, he's still making Phoenixes right now. Interesting. Interesting. Well, this could be rough. Only 2 pylons there powering up the Stargates, but those Phoenixes in production already. Yeah, those Mutalisks want to get away before they finish up. And immediately just Solar running backwards. He's like, alright, well, you've prepped pretty darn well for this. I'm not going to invest anything else into what I'm doing here. I'm going to grab myself the Infestation Pit, the Hydra Den. I'm just going to go into the Hydra Lurker composition most likely. Getting Overlord speed as well will help out quite a bit with the well, fighting against the Phoenix. Gotta avoid losing those Overlords left, right, and center. Phoenix is gathering up here in the middle, making themselves into the beautiful, the beautiful Phoenix flower. There's that Lurker Den as well as the Hive Tech on the way, of course. Yeah, Solar really committing right now to the ground forces. Only has the +1 attack though, so far. Only just now finishing up the missile attacks. Hydra upgrades on the way as well. Behind this, Prince will be able to just set up shop too, but ultimately, he's going up to 4 bases. Yeah, should be okay, should be okay. I would like to see Solar trying to mine out the bottom side, right? So he can actually take advantage over there as well. Although that is going to be more difficult to defend now that I think about it. Especially against somebody that's going for this amount of Phoenixes to have to run your army from like this place to this place. That's going to be a tough one. Because of course this ginormous wall that's in the way. There's a little bit of opening here, but yeah, that does seem quite challenging. Alright, some roaches here in the top side gonna cause a bit of a distraction as the rest of the forces of Solar are moving in here straight through the middle. And apparently we have enough Phoenixes here to clean up these roaches. That's something you don't see every day. It's Solar realizing, you know what, not everything of his opponents was there. So he's just gonna sit back a little bit longer and wait it out. Try to get himself up to a very, very scary army composition. And Prince, I think this is a good time for him to go into the carrier, the Void Ray attack again here. He showed that he likes to go for it. So this seems to be a good opportunity here. We'll need to see that fleet beacon getting constructed, of course, and getting +1 air weapons also wouldn't be a bad call. Another hatchery there. Alright, Prince actually moving across the field right now. Was not expecting this. Thought we were going to see more of a harassment type of deal with the Phoenixes and maybe some Zealots left in, on the top or on the bottom. Mutalisks coming in as well. But right now we're just seeing a straight up fight coming out here from Prince. And I suppose with the Phoenixes he might be able to pick up those Lurkers. But with this amount of Hydras here, without any Storm for Prince, that's just very difficult to deal with. The Mutalisk did get taken care of. But yeah, once again, we're missing the splash damage here for Prince. Ready to deal with these Hydralisks. Picks up and actually commits into this ball of Lurkers. I'm not quite sure if he realized how many there exactly were. With these Spore Crawlers here, of course, hard to get your Observer anywhere nearby. Oi, 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 oi. This is getting rather rough to watch right now. Prince really taking a bit of a beating right now. And 11 more Hydras on the way as well. Yeah, the Phoenixes, I just don't think he used the Phoenixes in any good way, in a sense, right? I mean, sure, he's picking up units here now sometimes, but ultimately, I don't think this is the best way to utilize those Phoenixes. You need to be continuously on top of your micro. You want to be able to start harassing your opponents and abuse the fact that he's on Hydralisk, right? And you got these very mobile flying units roaming around. Instead, we just basically saw him trying to just straight up fight with Phoenixes, which is just not the way you use Phoenixes, right? Interesting. Interesting. Also, yeah, he never got himself +1 air weapons either. Phoenixes, of course, gain 2 attack bonuses instead of just 1 because they have 2 lasers that they shoot. So, incredibly important, especially like he's making 3 Phoenix at a time. Are you telling me there's no little bit of money, like there's no 100 gas, 100 minerals that he could just spend on +1 air weapons? I don't think there is a case to be made about that. Should have been able to get this sorted. Right, there it is. It's like he's listening. It's like he's watching and he's listening, almost. I can't believe he's still going for more Phoenixes as well. He wants to deal with Lurkers using Phoenixes. That is not something you see every day. Picking up a lot of these Hydras right now. Yeah, running into these Lurkers. And now he's out of energy. He is actually completely out of energy. He had 9, well, he had more than 9, like 11 Phoenixes, and he had no energy left. You don't see that every day. Yeah, this is just rough. This is just rough. Solar slowly gobbling up the entire map here on the top side, on the right. On left side, Prince. I mean, he's taking some bases as well, right? Does manage to kind of secure for now that far top left base. So only one base behind Solar at the moment, but ultimately he's taken so many horrendous fights, I'm going to say. Actually, you know what? That's not too bad. Interesting, interesting. It's not too much of a difference here, but ultimately still, right? Just some storm, just some stuff. If he uses, well, I guess if he uses storms, then the Phoenixes might not be able to go on top of the enemy army as much. They will take a lot of damage as well, to be fair. This is just a weird composition, and he's using it in such a weird way as well that this might be the first time I'm seeing somebody using Phoenixes like this. Like, he could have gone around over here, he could have started picking off some drones, he could have gone up here. No spore crawlers here, kill these drones. He could have tried picking off, like, these lurkers that are just chilling at the top. Just do stuff like this. Instead, what he's doing is just running in straight forward with all these Phoenix. Oh my god, look at the damage from those lurkers right there. A lot of the zealots into the red already, but you know what? Is he doing it? No, okay, he isn't. This is rough to call now as well, because it is such a weird army. Oh my god, parasitic bomb. Taking a lot of damage right there onto the Phoenixes. Welp. Welp. This might be it. This might be it. Twice as much army supply here. We have the Vipers ready to intercept anything that will be coming in. Parasitic bomb on those Phoenixes should be pretty darn massive. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. The Lurkers also, I mean, 2 of them get picked up, but there's still a good amount behind this. GG is called. Solar takes 3 games in a row rather decisively. And you know what, Prince showing us some pretty nice games, still showing some cool strategies overall, right? Interesting stuff, but ultimately, yeah, just not something that's gonna work versus Solar, I would say. Solar just knows how to counter that type of stuff, right? Motion, yeah, you did coach Solar a little bit too hard, my man, a little bit too hard. Every time, always ruining our fun, Motion. So which one of the next one have you, the next match, which one have you coached from these 2 upcoming? Did you coach either Zest or Dream? Did you coach Zest or Dream? Obviously Zest, alright. We're gonna have to wait and see. Do you know Zest? This is interesting. Did you Google Zest on Wikipedia or something? Should, like, you know how Google is now just a word, or like, how do you call this, a noun? Is that called a noun? Like, you Google something? We should have you Wikipedia something as well as a noun. Why would I Google my students? Well, you have to find your students somewhere. You have to learn about your students, right? See if he's been posting bad pictures on the internet. If he's not giving away your strategies. Gotta see this stuff, you know? Gotta stay on top of things. Right. Submarine going to be the first ban here by Zest. So the smaller map. He's not you, is he? I see how it is. Alright. Fair enough. Wait a moment. Okay. I see. Dream is doing the veto in Korean, and Zest is doing it in English. I see. This is what you taught him. Oh, he fell apart at the 5th one. Wait, he had no choice in the 5th one. That's interesting. He just tried to squeeze in another veto. He just was like, no, this is well, I guess he wasn't really, because it's like the final one. So it's already set, right? You had 2 vetoes and then you have the map choices, but alright, anyway. Doesn't matter. Pillars of Gold going to be the first one. Second map going to be Everdream. The third one, some Korean named map. The fourth one, Ice and Chrome. The 5th one, I don't know. Which would be the final map that these guys want to play on? Maybe Golden Wall, unless if Golden Wall got banned by Dream or vetoed. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, Zest and Dream, they're chilling right now in the lobby. We're gonna have to wait for them to. Oh, we're having a 3-minute break. All right. Well, I guess that means I'm gonna take a little nap. I'll be right back, guys. 1 second, please.
And these practice sniper craft is a whole lot less than it did, previous games. There is no robo on the map whatsoever here. It is just charge left. I mean, sure, it is 6 gates.
Oh my god.
Oh, charge left. That is a massive play coming in from around here. And there we have it. Now we do have the Dorito cannon on the front, but man, we have a massive surround here all over the place. And MaxPax looking to clean up future micros in the main base with no healing left. And what a great force field here. Now, Future up on Army Supply when this started is now heinously down as these charts let's just get on top of everything that Future holds dear. And this push, well, it looks pretty stalled out.
It looks like Solar won't get any SCP. It was very lucky from Dream, I have to be honest there. Having those SCVs exactly where he needed them, and the drones have to back off because they're faster than the Marine, so they will be able to retreat. But more drones are gonna be pulled. It looks like Solar this time is gonna be trying to block this bunker from ever existing. Here attacking the bunker, gonna be cancelled by Dream. A lot of SCV, a lot of drones are put into the action though, so that's already damage being dealt by Dream. Of course, Dream as well is losing quite a little bit of time and resources for this. 2 bunkers are gonna be dropped, but there are already 3 Marines attacking this actually right here, right now. The drones are here, ready to be pulled once the first few queens and blings are out. Here comes the pull, here comes the army, here comes Solar, getting on top of the Marines and getting them away from these bunkers. A clean surround coming from Solar. Dream gets out of that just in the brink of time he needed, but one of the SCVs is gonna fall. The second one is gonna barely complete this bunker. Good play by Dream. The first queen is out, and right now Solar has to retreat back into defensive stance, and Dream has accomplished his proxy. The bunker is in position, and the army of Solar needs to be completely pulled. He's gonna be able to deal with this by losing a lot of drones. First bunker is gonna go down right here, or maybe not. Too many Marines, too many drones are lost, too many limbs are down, and it looks like it's gonna be another GG call by Solar.
Alright. I will, Motion. I will. So you don't have to be Kermit the Frog anymore. Are you Kermit the Frog? What are you? You're not Kermit. You're just some other frog kind of creature. Also, I'm going to give you a follow. There you go. In case you're ever going to start streaming on Trovo. Where all the great streamers are these days. Anyway. In the top right side, we have ourselves that blue Terran player. He's fighting for Team Brave Star. They are a bunch of gamers after all. He is Dream. Shaploo. In the bottom left side, there is the red Protoss. He is fighting for Raise Your Edge. He is Zest. Zest's best map trains him for this one specifically. Oh, okay. So whatever he does right now is going to be motion his tactic, it looks like. Of course, Zest, famous for being able to figure out new metas in the game. Famous for making build orders and such. That the entire ladder, which the entire, pretty much a competitive scene of Protoss suddenly start incorporating within their playbook. Motion came in and taught him some new tricks. Showed him a new way to approach this game. And we're going to see that unfold right now, right in front of us. Textbook play here from the start. He did get his Nexus blocked. I don't know if that was... I wasn't sure if he was aware of that. Don't think he was. So he's going for his Cybercore first here. Looks like he's wanting to get a little bit of aggressive with... he's also getting a Zealot. I think that's just to clear out the engineering bay though. So that's a bit of a rough start here from Zest. Getting that Zealot out first. Probably not what he really was hoping for. Probably was hoping to throw down that Nexus right now. And look at that. Dream suddenly ahead. Just like that. Easy peasy. This man, you know what? I am kind of hoping... Oh, Zest. Oh, Zest, you naughty man. Alright, so... I think we all know what's going to be happening here. I'm pretty sure we all know what's up next. There's no gateway tech on the way just yet. He's waiting for it. He's waiting for that money. He's got enough money right now, right? It's only 150. Is it 200 for a Stargate? Okay, no, there we go. There we go. 150. Void Ray. That's right. That's right. You taught him this. I'm sure. Oh, boy. So you're responsible. You're the one that's responsible for this build. Oh, man. I think, you know what? A lot of people are going to hate you, Motion. I think a lot of people are going to hate you for this one. This is your build. And this is, of course, the build that just continuously is messing up everybody's ladder experience. And you know what? Dream's making a Hellion right now, so that's a rough one. Getting himself a reactor as well, so doesn't look like there will be. Oh my dear lord, it's not even a Void Ray. It's an Oracle instead that's being created right now. Why am I hearing Twitch sounds? I do have this turned off. Interesting. I don't know where that's coming from. I feel like some sort of Twitch thing open somewhere. I don't think so, no. Interesting. Stop following me on Twitch, guys. Come on. Be a little bit professional about this. Alright, there we go. Couple of SCVs already gone. That's 3 of them. Alright, so this is interesting. You can't fence down. It's actually not the Void Ray Rush, so it's kind of curious how this is going to follow up. Okay, going into the blink after this one. Still only this one single Oracle coming out of that Stargate. It's quite an investment, honestly. A pylon, a Stargate, and an Oracle, just to get 3 workers right now. Right, that's that blink. Still on the way. That's the normal approach for Zest, right? That's his bread and butter kind of play. So what we know him for, going for that blink play continuously in the PvT matchup. Likes to just play it safe, play it casual, and then go for some sort of a... he doesn't even get very aggressive with the blink stocks. He plays it very defensively. And just bides his time, waits for a good opportunity to strike, and then just kind of goes for it. Oracle here. Oh, trying to get through the wall there with the Reaper nade. Will not be able to get it done. That's a very difficult thing to do indeed. Third base actually for Dream. A little bit ahead of the one for Zest right now. Interesting. We don't mind out at front. That I like that, honestly. Could have a little bit of a walking Oracle, just kind of move commanding himself into there. a walking... Oh, there's another Widowmine right over here. A little bit exposed now, though. Okay, just barely getting out of range there. Jumping into the main base, he did get aggressive. So, again, Zest just doing other stuff than I thought that he would. And gets out of there. Getting a single Widowmine and getting himself 2 Marines there. I think a Hellion as well, right? Possibly. Okay, now going for the SCV. Still has to watch out. Of course, there is that Widowmine right there. Oh, a little bit of a blow. Only losing a single stock, but a bit of hull damage there as well. The pylon is working out in his favor. We'll be able to get a couple of extra reinforcing stalkers on this side. And this is delaying the 3rd base for Dream as well, of course. If he goes for the 3rd base right now, moves it over to the different location to start mining, that is going to be a rough one overall. We'll not be able to really secure 3 fronts right now against this mobile stalker army that's just looking to poke holes into the defensive side of Dream right here. Templar Archives as well on the way, as well as that charge upgrade, robotics facility. Yeah, Zest going for more of a attack right now. Attack up, as they say. 3rd base on the triangular base. Actually, that's kind of smart, right? Going for this one instead of the more common to take this one. Just because now you have less overall surface area for these blinker stalkers to really abuse. Easier time to move back and forth between here and maybe over here or something to try and defend those 2 locations. Still only a single Oracle. There is that Storm upgrade though that we were missing out on with Prince a couple of times. So far it looks like Motion did an alright job. Kind of giving Zest an alright start here. Although, you know what, actually, looking at the workers, the army supply now as well, it's getting a little bit scary for Zest. Let me take a look, actually. Tech. So yeah, he spent a lot more money on tech overall than Dream. Dream still has to get himself the Ghost Academy built up and ready to go. Probably wants... Okay, already has a good amount of tech labs here as well. I'm liking where Dream is at in this game. At this moment in time, I gotta say, it's looking pretty juicy. It's gonna come down to how well these storms will land on top of this ball. But most of it is Marauders anyway, right? So it's gonna be a difficult one. Okay, the army of Dream not quite sieged up right there. So taking a bit of damage right now. Making another Archon. Needs more Zealots right now, I would say. But actually, no, it's going okay. It's going okay. He did it. He held. Alright, well, Zest really going quite aggressively for that attack right there. Or, well, the defensive attack, I should say. Really thought that was gonna go down up in flames there for Zest, but Zest just picking out that opportunity just in the nick of time. Seeing the siege tanks in siege and just going for it, pulling the trigger. That's a brave move, you know, you have to commit at that point in time. To move backwards then again just means certain death at that moment in time. Moving forward could mean certain death, honestly, especially in like this weird, awkward corner to engage, right? All your zealots are gonna be cramped up on this little edge, trying to get through, take more splash damage. But it worked out. It worked out, and Zest once again showcasing why he is one of these best players in the world right now. Okay, coming in, those zealots doing an alright job, tanking the siege tank fire right now. The War Prism going very far forward though. Maybe he's hoping to tank some damage with that one. And moves backwards here. Yeah, he just doesn't have enough to really fight this Terran ball of bio at the moment in time. Trying to buy a bit of time so he can get more zealots out here. Really needs the zealots to facilitate a bit of a meat shield. Very nice shot there on the Archon, but ultimately... Oh my god, he gets them out of there as well still. Just losing one single more Stalker. Might lose a couple more actually. Unless if they have Blink ready. Okay, there we go. Gets out of there. Okay, an alright maneuver there. Resets the tank counts once again, right? So back to 0 siege tanks. The one form of splash damage right now is going to be the EMPs. Which is a bit awkward here for Dream, of course. Would like to see a couple of Widow Mines or siege tanks being mixed in here. What was the point of that attack? It was a bit of a counter attack, I suppose, right? Trying to take the initiative, trying to get Dream back on his side of the map. Allowing him to set up that 4th base himself as well. And maybe just straight up kill his opponents here. It's always rough to say how far ahead you are or how far you're not quite ahead. And where the army supply of your opponent is at right now. Oh, gets a cancel there on the planetary fortress that was trying to build. Moving back and forth here, almost like a Zerg player right now. Zest here, moving in. Looking for continuous damage on either side, wherever Dream is not at right now with his army. Some good play here from Zest so far. Trying to utilize mostly those Blink Stalkers continuously. Massive EMP right there on the Zealots. But that's a lot of Zealots. That is a boatload of Zealots right now. We'll be able to pick off this command center as well. There we go. On the right side, as I don't know how he's doing it, but he is definitely doing it. Just trading upwards. Let's take a look actually. Alright, so that's how he's doing it. Just trading out efficiently, continuously, over and over again. And now just with a demanding supply lead. GG is called. And Zest. Yeah, I guess that's why he was moving in there continuously. Because he was taking very, very nice, cost-efficient fights. And slowly but surely was just getting himself further and further ahead. Stuff like saving those Archons, like, it seems small, but if you do it enough, right, you're just gonna keep those units alive. How do you call those units? Not perseverance. Anyway, keeping those units up, being able to keep them going, and later on, that just worked out very nicely. There's motion. You already got it, man. All right, nice, nice. Updating your profile picture, I see. That's cool to see. I don't know. Alright. Well, Zest there looking quite dominant. Dream still making some pretty good plays overall. Wondering if he's going to be able to, you know what, facilitate somewhat of a win here in the later part. In the next game, Everdream. Was this his map choice? I think this was Zest. Yeah, this is Zest map choice. So, you know what, if Golden Pillars was the map that Zest was completely prepared for, thanks to motion, then I'm wondering what he's going to be doing on this map that he himself picked. We'll have to wait and see. Interesting stuff though from Zest so far. Hold up, actually, I wanna. There we go. Accidentally skipped it. It looks sick. We want to use it right now as much as possible, right? Now that we have it, the new little transition thing. Very, very cool stuff. Anyway, in the top right side, there's a blue Terran player fighting for his one and only dream. To become the best at StarCraft 2. And first and foremost, of course, he needs to beat Zest. Brave Star Gaming, by the way, is what he is representing. As his clan, that's his crew. In the bottom left side, we have that red Protoss player fighting for Raise Your Edge Gamers. He is Zest. The most handsome pro gamer in the universe. Whenever he loses StarCraft 2, he can still go like, I still win. I still win at everything else in life. And this opponent's just gonna have to be like, yeah, that's true. That's true. There's no debate about it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Alright, Zest gets the scout here, sees that it's not a proxy Rex. Trying to keep this probe here a little bit on the backside. Don't think he's going to try to proxy anything. Just wants to keep tabs on whether or not a command center is on the way here. Might even be able to block this command center for a little while. Reaper's still a bit off until it's ready to start shooting here. Oh, nice control there on the SCVs though. Well done by Dream. This time around, yeah, that Nexus in fact going up sooner than the command center, which is pretty darn sweet. Alright. Alright, factory on the way as well. Just the 1-1-1 opening here for Dream. No Stargate just quite yet, or any other tech structure from Zest, but he's going to be making his choice pretty soon. Yes, the Twilight Council, so going back to the textbook Zest that we all know and love. Get himself those Blink Stalkers, and then go for whatever the hell he feels like afterwards. Whether it be Storm, whether it be Colossi. He'll do fine with it. He'll do fine with it. After all, it is Zest we are talking about here. Might be able to get some value here with this Adept. That bunker not quite ready just yet. Yeah, he's going to cancel this. Yeah, alright. Alright. Fair enough. Fair enough. 2 gateways. Blink on the way. What is Dream doing overall? Starboard. Starboard with the Hellions. That could be good. That could be good. How many does he have right now? 0 so far. Alright, so instead of a Widowmine drop, we're going to be seeing the Hellion drop into the main base, I would imagine, from Zest. Right over here is where the prime location would be. Which should be good, as long as Dream doesn't nuke. Nice. Oh. I don't think he will nuke, so he should be good. Adept there, still getting some value as well, killing off that Reaper. Fortunately, the Hellion didn't quite have what it takes to protect his buddy, to protect his pile. Third base on the way. Actually, it isn't a Hellion drop. It will be the Widowmine drop after all. Should have known. Could have known. It's a lot more. It's a lot more common to just have the one single Hellion these days, isn't it? It's kind of funny how that transitioned to be a thing. Just the one Hellion as the scout. Be serious. No. Definitely Zest. That's alright. It's Bibs. That's true. And then it's Zest. Ah, how could I forget about Bibs? How dare I? Immediately on top of this one right here is Zest. Looking pretty sharp. Hallucinated Phoenix is gonna be able to scout out pretty much, actually, yeah, sees absolutely everything here. Widowmines are stuck right now. Not gonna be able to do too much until Zest either forgets about them or, you know what, is still kind of forced to have 4 Stalkers here, right? So that is kind of nice. Imagine if you're able to kill off 4 Stalkers with 2 Widowmines and a Medevac. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. It's kind of what we're seeing right here. But then they're just, you know, in limbo. Neither of them can really do anything with these units. He also has the Observer there. I don't think the Observer is necessary, but ah well. At least he can keep tabs on it, right? That's that Hellion again. The single Hellion that got created earlier on. Raven from Dream as well. Only the triple Rex. And a Templar Archives here for the Zest as the follow-up. So, charge on the way as well. Wondering if he's going to go straight into Storm here. Not seeing it quite yet on that production, of course. But wouldn't be surprised if that is going to be the case. 2 more barracks. Of course, it's still a bit of a question to me, at least. What kind of timings Terrans can and cannot do right now? We're seeing a lot more 3-based timing attacks coming in. Getting ready to, you know what, he almost has Stim, Combat Shield, and +1, so maybe he's gonna start moving out. He has the Raven energy as well, right? So can get good anti-armor missiles, interference matrix versus certain stuff. That medevac apparently tried to make a move. I think he got fed back actually by one of these High Templar. Guys, I do appreciate these follows on the Twitch, but it's not the right time to do it. It's not the right time. I don't know where these pings are coming from. I'm just hoping you guys aren't hearing them. You probably are. Interesting. Let's just pretend it's part of Trovo. Thank you for the follow. Somebody that just followed us. Much appreciated. Right, Ghost Academy now as well on the way here for Dream. Of course, the perfect solution to a Archon or a High Templar problem. Storm is here now as well. It's one of those games that's just not a lot happening, is there? I guess we had a bit of a move out there. Dream cancelling the 4th base that is on the way. And now Zest on an interception mission actually cuts off the retreat of this entire army here. Will jump right on top of that siege tank. A massive storm as well. Holy moly. All the Marines in the red right now. Okay, but this also means that Dream has a double pronged attack set up pretty much on this force. Only the 2 medevacs though. That to facilitate healing on the left side army squadron. Oh my god, those storms. Finishing up everything here. Zest, he's making it look easy. GG. Oh my dear lord. There was not much happening. But ultimately, Zest just completely out-macroed him. Completely out-macroed him. It's absolutely terrifying, honestly. Dream did go for the triple base as well. Moving out on the map there, maybe that was the ultimate final nail in the coffin there for him. You can't teach these mechanics, but I can. Nice. Alright, are we gonna have another 3-0 right here? Dream has been kicking some serious buttocks, but ultimately it's really not that fantastic. What was the length of map 1, please? 12 minutes and 37 seconds. Oh. Oops. My bad. I just accidentally cancelled the lobby. Whoops. Whoops. Type in. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. You gotta listen to me if you're watching. You can't just sit there and be like, oh, I want to know the map length. I don't know what yours. I don't know. I have you muted, sir, but I need you to answer my question. Not for you. It's not for you. Does that make it better? You need screen. What do you mean you need screen? What's happening? Screenshot. Ah. What kind of screenshot? Why would you need a screenshot? Take it easy, man. What's going on? Like this? There you go. Interesting. I don't know what's doing. What's happening? Don't kiss him. Oh, he'll have to kiss me. He'll have to kiss me now. This is how it works. I type something in the chat for you. You gotta kiss me. Yes. Didn't read the fine lines when you accepted the Trovo. Right, bottom left side. Anyway, there's a blue Terran player. He is... Dream. He's from Team BSGST2 Dream. No, he's on Team... no, wait. Let me look this up. Is it Team L? No, Brave Star Gaming, of course. Alright, it's right there. And it's right there as well. Brave Star Gaming SC2. That's right, that's right. I'm a scrub. I don't know what else to say. In the bottom right side, we have ourselves the Red Brodels. He is none other than Raise Your Edge Gamers Man Zest. The lean, clean, handsome killing machine. He knows how to macro. He knows how to micro. A little bit more so how to micro. As is the usual, the memery, of course. Zest with his nice mineral bank sometimes. But ultimately, he knows how to clean the floor with some nerds. He knows how to make it happen. This is 3 Marines right now moving across the field. As he's going for a triple command center and triple barracks. Okay, I mean... Now I've just seen it all. Now I've just seen it all. Mental woe it is. Seems like the monk ass was also a little bit smaller than the mental woe in a way, right? I might be wrong. I might be wrong. Right, so Dream's still trying to catch this adept right here as it's trying to move in for a good shade. That's what he is doing, but Zest keeping his adept close at heart, close at home. He's not giving it up just quite yet. Trying to deny possibly scouting as well from Dream. As he's going for the Oracle here. Now the Oracle is going to be interesting. Has to go up against a lot of these Marines, of course, since there's 3 barracks making Marines right now. They don't have Stimpack yet, so they're very, very slow. Which means the Oracle has a good chance of actually getting damage done. He doesn't have enough either yet to really spread them out, right? Maybe six Marines should be able to pick off an Oracle, but ultimately if you spread them out 3 by 3, those 6, oh my dear Lord, that's a full energy mule. Alright, well, here we go, here we go. Okay, yeah, that seems to have done the trick. Zest does get the scout off of everything here though, so sees the amount of barracks, sees the amount of command centers. Sees the, well, pathway to victory now, I want to say. I don't know. He should do. Okay, it looks like it's going to be getting himself another Nexus. And just roaming around the bottom side of the map right now with that Oracle. Looking for further damage. It's going to be difficult to make it happen, of course. Stays on top of the Oracle, though. Will not let it go down so easily. Blink is about to be ready. Oh, no, wait, actually, that is just only now started. But if that is about to be ready, we might get ourselves a nice little bit of micro here, facilitated by that Oracle, right? Blink Stalkers on this map can be rather disruptive, as they can jump into the main base from over here, and into the natural as well from over here. You can, like, there's a lot of good pathways overall here. There's quite a bit of distance. Right, it's not like it's just a single wall or a single ramp. How do you call this? How would you call this? A cliff? A single cliff? There's actual debris and there's like dead space in between, but ultimately you do have them as an opportunity to jump in. A little bit more tricky to do, but he can make it work, I would believe. But will he try to go across the map here with this blink? I think he will, right? Yeah, I'm assuming he will. I'm assuming he will. I'm going to make the call right here, right now. He's going to go across the map with his Blink Stalkers. Because he wants to figure out what's going on. He just didn't lose his Oracle, but Got pretty close. You want to force the trades here a little bit with those blink stocks. So he is playing against the Stimpack right now and also Combat Shield. But there's okay, there is 2 Medivacs now on the way as well. So looking at the army supply, 42 for Dream versus 19 for Zest. Is that not an opportunity here for Dream to just move across the field? I think there might be. There should be. One more gateways being produced right now. The robotics bay as well, though. Just going quite heavy on attack. Getting +1/+1 and extended thermal lance at this moment in time. Really needs to get that Colossus out in as quickly as possible. Needs to just chrono it like all can do. Needs to get this ready. Right. I don't think everything is coming. Okay, well now everything might be coming actually. Oracle no longer here either. Oracle did manage to make his escape. No status traps here whatsoever. There's a single shield battery. That's not a lot of gateway units. The second Colossi is in production right now. But that first one is only just about to pop. Okay, there it is. That's going to be a big deal. Going to help out quite a bit here in the way, shape and form of AoE damage against this big ball of Marauders and Marines. A little bit hesitant on the offensive here is Dream. Would like to see him be a bit more aggressive here. Losing quite a lot of stuff right now. It's not really splitting up either against the Colossi in this moment in time. And the second one is on the field as well. And actually that is... there's maybe a little bit of a lost opportunity there for Dream. A bit better control and he would have been slightly better off. But then again, I suppose there are 3 sentries here available. So maybe he's just playing it. Oh my god, that would be massive. Oh my god, Zest. Oh, there it is. The big zap underneath. 2 Medivacs go down immediately. That's a rough one. That is a rough one indeed. That's a lot of supply just gone like that for Dream. Getting a little bit too comfortable with his with being in his Medivacs there, taking one hell of a punch on the nose. And now we have Zest, you know what, in a wonderful position, I would say. That offensive right there was meant to do a whole lot more and never really got anything done, honestly. Look at this, he killed 4 Stalkers, one Adept. I don't even think the Adept died in this attack right here. I think there was some other time, some other place, but not right there. And I mean, that's just... that's the biggest oof that I have seen in a while for some big StarCraft 2 Terran versus Protoss attack. StarCraft 2. Oh, man. Alright, 4th and... yeah, this is the 4th base. The 4th base on location right there for Dream. He will be attempting a second run at this one as the Widow Mines in the composition now at this time. So should be good. What's up, Grassel, as well? What's how you doing, my man? Remember as well, there is some Metrorino. I'm gonna be talking about that a little bit more as well. Haven't really been harping on about it as much, but more so just been enjoying the game so far. I think this might be the best game we've seen so far today. Even though Dream, you know what, he did kind of do a bump there with his attack, the initial one. I'm kind of liking this so far, right? It's an interesting one. I can see that work. I thought he kind of had it. It's a bit unfortunate perhaps on the way the map layout is working here. So that the sentries had a lot of value there. Dream was just trying to poke in and out, trying to force the force fields out, but ultimately Zest just too good. Not falling for it, and here he is, zapping everything away. We'll be able to pick this one off, and looks like he should be able to take this one home. Actually, hold up. This army might still die, actually. That's a lot of Marauders. Not targeting down the Colossi just quite yet, though. More Zealots warping in. That Warp Prism stayed alive as well. Alright, yes, Zest has done it. Those 2 Colossi just barely alive. The Disruptor as well. Not the greatest target firing that from Dream, apparently, but will be able to get himself another victory here. Zest is. And that means that's a second 3-0 here for today. Now we're going to see the two competitors, both taken underneath this Motion's wing. Motion, of course, a famous StarCraft 2 coach. And now we're going to be seeing which one of these have been trained the most. You might want to do what the Korean stream does. That's how I found out about this here. What do you mean? What do they do? A stream with a static screen and bracket command. Ah, I'm not sure if we, you know what, we're a little bit hesitant to do that type of streaming on Twitch. There's a couple of reasons to do so. Of course, it would be great publicity overall, but ultimately, I'm not sure if Twitch will like us very much if we start doing that type of stuff. You know, promoting a different streaming platform on their platform. If that makes sense. And we are Twitch partners, so that is that might be rough. That might be rough. Another reason to not do that in particular would be I don't know how much I should go into this type of stuff, but we have like a certain average viewers on Twitch, and we can show these statistics and such to like potential sponsors. And then for, you know, Alpha X as a team, we have players, we have casters, we have tournament organizers, we have a whole boatload of people. So these sponsors are quite important to us to maintain. And yeah, if we do that type of streaming there as well, then the overall statistics on Twitch are going to go down, which would mean, you know, it's less likely people are going to be all too interested in trying to, you know, invest into StarCraft 2 and Alpha X. We've thought about it. We've thought about it. But, yeah. Just here for Kozen and his hair. My chest hair. What about his cool green screen? I don't know. I don't know. Looks alright. Sometimes my shirt does this though. I don't know. Let me see if I can get that going again. Will it? I don't think it will. See me? Alright, alright. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright. Guys. Game number 1 between these guys will be coming up pretty shortly. This is a good moment for me to tell you guys about the Matcherino page. That is where we kind of have the overall prize pool set up for these folk, right? It's where we facilitate the reward system kind of for the players, right? If you want to help us out, you can actually add money there for free. It is just a simple code you got to fill out on that on the coupon page. How's it called? If you press contribute. And then you go into the coupon thing. Very easy to do. Actually, you know what? We have a little bit of a video. Remember, you can also buy the replays. So that is something we offer there as well. If you're interested in getting yourself some replays. I believe it's like $5 for this one. $5, $3, maybe $5. Anyway, yeah. You know what? We have a little bit of a video on how to contribute on Matcherino. I'm going to play that right now. And when we're back, we're gonna start, of course, with the finals here. Solar versus Zest, a best of 7. Let's see how that one will unfold. Solar, the previous time, you know what, put up quite a brave fight against Zest, but Zest just eking out ahead, and I'm very stoked to see this one. I'm very interested to see who is going to take this one. But anyway, guys, we'll be right back. Help us out with the Matcherino so we can do more StarCraft 2 in the future for you, for me, for everyone in between. Be right back.
You can visit the Matcherino page for our event and contribute in many different ways. 1. Free coupon. Click Contribute, enter the specified coupon code to contribute a predetermined amount of money to the prize pool. 2. Free sponsor quests. On the right side of the screen are various actions supported by sponsors, including retweets, Twitter follows, surveys, among other things. Click into these boxes to complete the action and add the attached prize contribution to the pool free of charge. 3. Marketplace. Products are available in our marketplace, which also contribute to the fundraising pool. Be sure to check out the variety of apparel and collectibles, as well as other unique items. 4. Donate. Clicking on the Contribute button, you're able to add funds to your Matcherino wallet and then directly contribute them to the fundraiser page. Thanks for supporting your event with Matcherino.
Hello, I'm back. I'm not sure if we're starting right now. I don't know. We might go on a little bit of a break. Oh, 5-minute break. Yes. Oh wait, that was 5 minutes ago. Interesting. Interesting. Well, we don't know. Man, motion making full use of the dabbing emotes here. That's an interesting one as well. Always curious to see these emotes and then having a dabbing emote, you know. Oh, wait, I gotta type. Si, senor. There we go. Teaching Inu some Spanish. Oh my dear lord. What kind of monstrosity have you created, Motion? You can't even tell it apart anymore. Imagine that, being a Siamese twin, but then being Siamese with your tongues. And you just have a long tongue between you and your... There must be some sort of surgery for that, right? There must be some sort of... Please tell me. That's not an actual thing. Oh dear lord. Oh dear lord. Alright, anyway. Super Series. Here we are again, looking at the Trovo Weekly. We want to start doing this every week on Trovo. Getting ourselves a little bit more acquainted with this. And get some more regular content out on this platform. Today it's obviously after the GSL. And next time we'll see. We'll see. Probably the same day on some other time, perhaps. I'm not completely certain. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. Alright. Game number 1. Zest versus Solar. The previous time these two fought, it was actually in the Super Series, I believe. It wasn't on Trovo, it was on Twitch. For us, our channel at least. It was also a best of 7. And if I remember correctly, Zest did manage to take that one. It was still pretty darn close, especially game number 1 was pretty darn amazing. But ultimately, I lost my train of thought. Right, okay, yeah, game number 1. Game number 1 was very exciting, extremely cool to see. We saw Zest taking it into that late game and making late game Protoss look absolutely ridiculous. Like, Solar had nothing to be looking forward in that situation. Anyway, let's see if anything like that is going to be occurring here once more. In the top left side, we have ourselves that blue Zerg, the ever so lovely, the ever so talented Kaisi Gamer. He is Solar. Recently engaged as well, by the way. In the bottom right side, there is that red Protoss. He is fighting for the Raise Your Edge Gamers. He is the one, the only, the handsome, the very wise and creative. He is Zest. The wise and creative. Can't wait to set me on fire. Alright, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Let's see how many points I've got right now. Do I know? Oh, where are my points actually? Where did I put my points? Where are the points again? Oh, cast spell. There it is. Oh, there we go. Hey. Trovo from Hype. me just do a couple of these. There we are. How much points do I have? Oh, one more. Okay, there we go. Done! Easy. Alright, so what's happening here? What is happening here? What's happening with Solar versus Zest? Well, not much actually. Looking pretty regular right now. Pretty darn regular. Right, Twilight Council opening once more from Zest here. Probably not going to be the Blink this time, of course. That's more so the PvT build. Probably going to go for the Adept Glaives here. Wants to shut down the drones overall from Solar. We saw him as well struggle against this versus Prince. Now he's up against Zest. Zest a lot better with the overall control of things. Might get a lot more drone kills overall. Rather than his counterpart did. I'm not calling Prince bad, but ultimately, just saying that Zest is a lot better. Which is a scary thing, because Prince is no slouch either. But ultimately, there's a lot of levels in StarCraft 2, and Zest has managed to kind of secure one of the top slots here. The top dog level, pretty much, of the Protoss, right? If not the top dog, the second or third best of Protoss right now. I think we're gonna have difficulty finding people disagreeing with that statement. Right, as that glaive upgrade coming up right now, we don't have a robotics facility, which is interesting with this. Only 3 gateways as well, so Zest, very, very peculiar builds right now. I'm wondering if this is gonna hit as hard as I think. I mean, it's still hitting around the 4-minute mark. He's going for the Stargates play behind this. Double Stargates. Oh, but it looks like it's gonna get scouted, so he might have to rethink his decisions there. But ultimately, I mean, the Adepts did come in around the 4-minute mark. Normally, around the 4-minute mark, you want to have your an alright small batch of links. You want to have a Roach Warren starting just then in the production tab. And you want to be on a alright amount of drones. Now, this push from Zest, it looked like it was going to arrive there a little bit sooner. Did see the double Stargate, did get cancelled as well. So, bit of a mind game right now between these two. Solar immediately slamming down the layer key, trying to get that sorted. Wait a moment. Sushi's saying it would be nice if I get set on fire. Oh dear. Alright. Oh lord. Zest, I'm not sure. It just feels like his build, I mean, it hit very early on, but it was missing a couple of pieces, right? It didn't have the War Prism, didn't have the extra gateways to really facilitate any type of real pressure. It just got there very early on. I think he just, it's also kind of interesting. Solar feeling bad for his opponent, being like, you know what, let me donate some units into you. But yeah, that's a weird one, right? I mean, Zest, just didn't quite feel like it was all there, honestly. But now, what about now? Solar still a little bit ahead in the worker count, not too far. Army count also in Solar's favor. Third base here for Zest should be quite easy to be taken. Shouldn't cause any trouble. Hydralisk on the way, but Storm is as well already on the way here. So, yeah, I think Zest is still in a pretty good position overall. Comparatively to where Solar is at in the game right now. We'd like to see a 4th base coming up just to kind of, you know, try to get further ahead in this one. Wouldn't mind seeing him trying to take either this one or this one. Whichever he fancies the most. Losing the Overseer, not the biggest of deals. Did get to see pretty much everything here. I actually didn't see the Templar Archives, so still a bit in the dark about that one. It shouldn't be too much of a surprise if that does come in here, right? Seeing the amount of probes there going towards that third base, it looks like Solar actually deciding to pull the trigger, sending his queens across the map, the Zerglings and the Hydra Roach army as well. Storm not quite ready yet, but it is almost here, and I think that's going to finish up before this attack actually starts to really come kicking. Actually, it's 10 seconds right now. This is so close. Yeah, that is going to be done in time, and he has 3 of them available at least right now. And they are going to hit like a truck right there. Look at those Hydras just melting away. Oh my dear lord, already so much value right there from the Storms on that right side. Clump of Hydras, but ultimately there's just so much Zerg still remaining here. 80 army supply versus only 50. Will it be enough though? Of course, those Ravages not the greatest when it comes to trading. As well as the Roaches as well, of course. Not that cost efficient for the amount of army supply that you need to spend for it. And it looks like, you know what, Zest holding this very, very comfortably. I think the Storm's really helping out with that one. Having those Hydras available versus the Immortals is incredibly important. And GG, just like that. Solar taps out. Zest being able to quite comfortably keep everything out of his base. Oh, there we go.
You can visit the match.
Ooh. All right, we're good. We're good. So yeah, Solar there. Interesting decision making overall. Going for that offensive, you know what, could have worked. Went in from a very tiny choke overall. Maybe going in from 2 angles would have been a little bit more beneficial, as he just didn't have anywhere to run to really from those Storms, right? He was just completely stuck in that position. A lot of units not firing at the same time either. Also because of the force fields, of course. But yeah, great control there by Zest, making stuff like this look rather easy in times when, you know what, normally a lot of Protoss on the ladder would just immediately fall to those Hydras, to those Roaches and the Ravages just running right on top of their armies. So yeah. Well done there by Mr. Zest. Looked like Solar wait some to for the push. Yeah, but it's always going to be a difficult one, right? He's always going to walk into an army of Zest that either just grew a little bit or... Yeah. I mean, if he was a little bit earlier, right? If he hit before the Storm was done, I think that would have just been a lot more beneficial, but then he wouldn't have been able to bring the Queens along as well. And they were a big part of the puzzle in that sense as well, you know, wanting to use the transfusions there to tank up a lot of damage. But yeah, Zest has been in top form again for a while, I'd say. Like, he has really been kicking it up again a notch or two. And like I said, the previous time these two guys fought, Zest as well, taking that one. And a couple of those games, they were incredibly close, but the ones that weren't, they went into Zest's favor. A little bit like that previous game. Anyway, in the bottom right side, we have ourselves the Reds Protoss. He is fighting for the Raise Your Edge gamers. He is Zest. You have good and bad days, so not stable. I think Zest has like good and bad months, maybe, or like a couple of months, right? A couple of months where he's just not good. Couple of months where it's just incredible and beats everybody. But yeah, I think Zest should be able to do pretty darn well in the GSL. I think we're gonna have to keep an eye out for him. Wait, did he play today? I didn't see today yet. Did he play today? Oh dear lord. He didn't, right? No, he didn't. Alright, good. Good. Alright. Anyway, top left side, we have that blue Zerg fighting for the Kaisi gamers. He is Solar. Wondering if we're going to see another one of these freaky monstrosity builds from Zest here to open it up with, right? The triple gateway straight into the Adept Glaives without much of a delay at all. Already hitting at the 4-minute mark as well, right? Normally that's around the time when you throw down that Roach Warren and you're looking around whether or not that War Prism is coming your way. Instead, there were already Adepts at the front door of Solar. Solar, though, he is one of these players that plays it extremely safe. Like, he loves to do it safe, and that's just what he does, right? That's just his style. That's how he does against anyone, really. Not just Zest, but pretty much any other player. And sometimes I feel like that is holding him back a little bit. Not willing to take those small gambles to grab a couple more drones, just eke out a bit more, and then just still be able to hold his own. I was not able to see the Stargate there either, by the way, guys. That's quite big. It's once again a Stargate opening, just like the matches between Solar and Prince. Worked out rather nicely for Solar every time at that in that series. Not quite sure if that's going to be happening here again, of course, versus Zest. It's going to be a little bit more difficult. Sees the Oracle moving across. How many Spore Crawlers do we have? We have 0 right now. Only just here getting created. A single queen on this third base. The drones need to start transforming themselves into these into the buildings. Spore Crawler Extractor. Only gets 1 so far. So nice defense there by Solar. Zest is in Group B, played in this second. Ah, right, he got it out of the group along with Dark, yeah. Solar is like top 20 in the world right now. Like, he is, I'd say he's pretty darn good. I love to see him play as well. He's also a very nice guy overall, you know. This also helps a lot to kind of enjoy his games. One of these Koreans that actually learned English, you know. Not a lot of them, but kind of shows that, you know, you have to be quite brainy in Korea to pick that type of stuff up yourself. Quite a lot of links were created here, hoping to get the cancel on that third base. I think perhaps a little bit ambitious, only seeing that single Stalker right there, but immediately Zest throwing in 2 more Adepts as well, and immediately the hopes and dreams for Solar trying to bust open that third base location kind of gone in the wind right now. Seeing the Phoenixes come across. Yeah, he's not going to get anything done here with these links. A bit unfortunate, but you know what? How many links was it in total? We have 19 plus 9, so it's not the biggest of investment. 28 in total. He's making more still, though, which is... Making a Baneling Nest as well. Okay, there is that Hydra then now being constructed too. Got me a little bit worried there for a moment. Maybe he is still anticipating some sort of an attack on the ground as well to be used with the Phoenix. This is a lot of Zerglings though. He needs to get some work done with these, right? You don't just make a ton of Zerglings and be okay. Okay, going for the Banelings right now. Interesting. Oh, they get scouted by the Oracle, don't they? Oh, I'm not sure actually. Did they? Did they get scouted? I don't think they did. He's moving away from his safe space. There's 2 sentries here though. Nice force fields. Saving the day. Baneling's not going to get in there. The Oracle should target them down. At this moment in time, there's 4 queens on the way though. Oh, the Phoenixes killing off the rest of those Banelings. That's rough. It's quite a lot of money just gone, just like that. And the Queen's now having to move backwards. Oh. Like, oh, we're already so slow. Stop pushing us. Alright. I like that there's more of a wall of focus on this map now as well. Recently, more people trying to wall this off. It's a good place to do so after all. Right, only 3 gateways right there and done so. You got yourself a wall. This is kind of what I was hoping to see from the Phoenixes as well, from Prince, right? We saw that in the first series. Oh, no, somewhere, I think it was game number 3. Yeah, game number 3, I believe. Prince going for a very Phoenix-heavy army with triple Stargates. And he never went for harassment. He just kind of stuck around his own place, trying to defend, trying to just pick off and take straight fights with these Phoenixes. Of course, also not the best trade to pick up those Zerglings. It's still free money overall, for sure, but in the end, is it the best you can do with that energy? Can't Solo just push and win? I don't think he can. I mean, where's he supposed to push into? Mostly what he has is Zerglings right now. He has a couple of Hydras as well, but maybe. He might be in a good position. There's sentries as well, though, right? He has no Ravagers. It's still a little bit up in the air. I wouldn't say it would just be a free win. Zest got no answer. He's almost got Storm. He's got the sentries as well. Like, force fields are really good against Hydras. Hydras are pretty slow. And only now getting himself the speed off of creep as well. So, yeah, this is the moment in time he's starting to feel a little bit more comfortable to micro around with those Hydras. But yeah, there's the force fields. And in comes this attack right now. The Banelings actually finding an opportunity to go into that third base. A lot of Zealots there. That's nice, actually. Pretty good trade there, I'd say, for Solar. But still, it's going to have to find a way to wiggle his way up here. Oh. Storm is ready now as well, guys. Also, we're seeing 3 carriers at the same time being created here by Zest. We'll be going for a bit of an aggression pretty soon here. Baneling's not quite being able to get on top of those, on top of the probes. Solar just is spending more and more money on trying to get these Banelings in right now. Alright, here we go. One more time. Causing a bit of a distraction with that one single Zergling. A sentry there just in the nick of time coming in to save this. Oh my dear lord. Zest, what a jeez Louise, he is so good. He is so incredibly good. I never thought that sentry was still going to be able to save it right there. And here are the carriers now, right? Carrier with the High Templar there. Oh, no force fields this time around. The Baneling might be able to get some stuff, but only 3. Only 3. Oh, but on the right side, there's a big push from Solar. The force field's not quite in position at that moment in time, and neither were these High Templars, so one Nexus does fall, and that's a big deal right there. Zest is trying to go on that triple Stargate attack, of course, here. Trying to transition himself into those carriers. Together with the Storm, should be able to deal with a lot of the Zerg army right now. Cannot believe Solar did manage to squeeze himself in there. Definitely a bit of a mistake from Zest right there. Solar going for the gateways this time around? I wouldn't blame him. I mean, there are 3 carriers right there. Yeah, do not go up there anymore. This right side as well, looking rather precarious with the with the High Templar. Oh dear lord! Run! Don't go in right there. Oh, bought himself an opening though to go into the left side again though. Those Banelings once more coming in, and this time around we'll be able to pick off quite a good amount of those probes. Oh, lovely stuff right there. 22 of them go down. The army of Zest is moving out right now, looking to take himself a good fight here across the field. And I think he very well may. You know what? He's got a good amount of Archons, a good amount of Storm to counteract those Corruptors. The Corruptor count not that fantastically high up either, right? Only has 13, 5 more on the way. Maybe a bit less. Those Hydras are there as well, but here we go. Okay, this surround for Solar, will it be enough? The Baneling's actually getting good connections there underneath. There's still some Storm remaining. The Phoenixes as well tanking the damage against those Corruptors, but ultimately I think the Corruptors should be able to pick off these carriers, right? No. Hold up, still 2 Archons there on the top side shooting away at those Corruptors, and they do a ton of damage against those Corruptors. And well, I don't know who was saying carriers are bad earlier in this game, or in the early in the day. I hope you're still watching, because these carriers are kind of showing the power that they can provide for a Protoss army. Taking out one base, should be able to take out another one here in the top right side. If he does decide to go for it, can even send just a couple of Zealots there, of course. Instead, is looking like he wants to go for this big fight right here in the middle. Man, Banelings versus Archons and Immortals, that is just not the real way you want to be dealing with this type of stuff, right? Sure, I think he cleans it up, but how much did that cost him? Banelings don't come cheap. 107 Banelings actually killed off right there. Well, not right here, but you know what I mean. And Banelings that got killed by cannons, by carriers and stuff like that. Not the ones that detonated themselves. They do not show up on the units lost tab. So who knows how many Banelings have been committed into some sort of a fighting position. And I'm a bit surprised Zest here not being able to pick off the 2 bases. Would have been in a great position otherwise, of course. Would have been in a 4 base versus 3 base scenario versus a Zerg, which is just absolutely lovely. Still in a 3 versus 3 base though. Or a 4 versus 4, sorry. War Prism on that left side, looking to perhaps intercept another base here, if there is one. Sending in a couple of Zealots. Broodlords. Oh my, Broodlords. Okay, okay. It's gonna cost him a couple of the Corruptors, right? Which I think he might need against the carriers, but the Broodlords, they should be able to really force the ground forces a little bit further away. As long as he has a good amount of those Hydras as well to kill off the Interceptors, he might be able to force the ground forces backwards. Or at least to delay them, right? Not be able to get underneath the Corruptors as much. And that might give him an opportunity here to take a good fight in that sense versus the carriers. Alright. Also, of course, those High Templar are very, very susceptible to the Brood Lords. Oh my dear Lord, Banelings killing off all of the High Templar. Just a random squadron of Banelings just trying to catch some sort of value, and get some value they do. Killing off a large amount of the High Templar right there. A single Zealot here, getting a couple of drone kills as well. Man, alright, Solar definitely making it one hell of a game here again. So is Zest, by the way, don't get me wrong. He's just been warping in Zealots here, stacking them up on top of one another, waiting for a hatchery here to be created, I believe. Oh. More Banelings should be able to get intercepted here quite easily. Yeah, Archons, no problems, no worry. How many Broodlords do we have right now? I think we have 7 in total. 11 Corruptors still available. Only 3 carriers right here, guys. So this is up to the 7 Archons and the 5 Storms right now. I guess that is still an army made to be fighting against the Zergling, Baneling, and the Hydralisk composition. Not quite aware that he's going up against the Broodlords right now, I believe. No, okay, there it is, actually, a transition into the Tempest, though. He is aware that this is going on. They managed to get the denial or the kill on that base right there. I'm assuming it's the kill, because that was a while ago that we saw that one being created. And getting a couple of workers here as well, so nice job there overall by Zest. Pushing on forwards. Here is Solar once again with that War Prism into the main base, of course. Gonna cause quite a ruckus. Gonna have to wait and see how Solar is going to be responding against this. And if he's gonna be able to just kind of work his way into a safe position here once again. These Broodlords, no response just quite yet. Those Tempest, only 3 of them out on the field right now. Almost one-shotting the Broodlords and the Corruptors. The Corruptors trying to get on top of the Tempest, but those Archons are still available, of course. We need to see the Broodlords do a little bit more work on top of the Archons before the Corruptors can really commit to a fight right now. Right. Things are looking okay right now for Solar. He's pushing in here. Getting on top of these Tempest that just got out of the production facility. Picking off 2 of them. The Storm's trying to get rid of some of these, the Broodlings. Blink underneath the Broodlords. He knows he has to get rid of those. He knows he's treading in favorably. As long as those Broodlords are shooting out more and more Broodlings, the sky has been cleared here for Solar. And the Broodlords are still standing strong. It looks like Solar will be able to get himself sorted, even with a couple of those Zealots in his main base. Actually, he's moving backwards, realizing, you know what? I should be good. Maybe I'm a bit surprised actually. He's gonna lose a lot of Broodlords here. Why is he moving back because of a couple of Zealots in his main base? That is very. Why did that happen? Why? Interesting. He lost all his Broodlords now. Huh. Is he gonna go back into Broodlords? That's another question here, of course. It's definitely a way overcommittal for the defense there for Solar. He's still coming in here and killing this off, but ultimately, yeah, GG. GG. Still though, losing all those Broodlords, I don't know. Guess it doesn't matter, but ultimately, you know what? I don't like seeing Broodlords go down without a real reason for them to go down. Oh well. Oh well. Solar takes game number 1 here on the Death Aura map. Oh no, wait, that's game number 2, of course. Game number 2, sorry. Zest not as practiced in late game, I think. Did you see Zest the previous time these two went up one against each other in the late game? Oh my dear lord, Zest looked impeccable. I think he just took too much damage from the Banelings, honestly. Like, he wasn't able to secure another base. He wasn't able to really be aggressive. Because the previous time we saw these two fight in that sense, it was on the same map as well. I mean, Zest was in the driver's seat. He was the one picking and choosing the fights wherever he wanted to be. Solar this time around, reversing the roles entirely. Going for the Ling Bane Hydralisk strategy here. Just being able to park outside of Zest's base and rolling in Banelings whenever he had an opportunity to. A little bit of a left-right punch here and there, and well done indeed. So yeah, I'm not sure if it's Zest not being practiced in late game. Personally, I think it might be because he just never got into an equal footing in the late game, if that makes sense. He did lose that Nexus. He did lose a lot of probes. Losing that Nexus, I think, was the biggest deal right there. Should have looked at the income graph at that moment in time as well, a little bit afterwards, because that's a big one. That's a massive one to lose. Thank you for the follows, everybody. Much appreciated. Hope you guys are having a good time, a good fun time overall. Watching some StarCraft 2, relaxing, unwinding after a hard day of work. Or a hard day of, I don't know what the hell you're doing. But yeah, glad to have you with me. And glad that you're watching all these games with me as well. Here we go. Game number 3. Delicious. Delicious milk. Alright. Bottom left side, we have ourselves a blue Zerg player looking to get another point on the board here. He's KZ Gamers. He is Solar. Bottom right side, there is that red Protoss. Fighting for Raise Your Edge Gamers, he is Zest. These guys definitely provide quite a handsome ZVP. Not really the run-of-the-mill ZVP that we're used to be seeing. No, sir, this is something entirely different, it feels like. Where Zest does not seem to be afraid to go into the late game. It's actually, to me, it seems like he's looking to get into the late game, honestly, right? Going that quickly into the carriers, you don't go carriers if you're planning to finish it off quickly, usually. If you are planning to go carriers, you're planning to make it a long run game. You're planning to be in it for the long run. Almost making it work as well. Didn't quite have the answer to Solo, not quite being in the right positions where he needed to be for the mid-game harassment. Continuously, Banelings being absolutely everywhere, trying to roll into those mineral lines, providing quite a stir here, making life difficult for Zest. Zest once again opening up with that Stargate though. Does seem to be like the new opening here for the Protoss versus Zerg. It's really cool to see it not only being Adept Glaives anymore. That is such a relief. Of course, the Stargate as well. I mean, so many different ways you can take the Stargate tech into, right? Oh, he saw the circling. Come on, circling, you saw. There we are. Yeah, so the Stargate tech you can take into a Phoenix, Oracle, Void Ray. And then afterwards you can go into double Stargate. You can still go into the Twilight Council. You can go Robo. You can go so many different ways with this type of stuff. It's just great to see. So Solo not only seeing the Stargate, of course, also seeing what is being produced here, which is going to be that Oracle right now. Looking for anything else that might be proxied. Also looking for, well, putting a circling there to potentially get himself a scout going. Has eyes on that wall, so keeping tabs on that. Should be good. Spore Crawlers about to be ready as well. 2 queens in position. This Oracle is going to have a bad day. We should have a bad day. Stepping out of bed with the wrong laser at his feet. Or the wrong... I don't know how to say this. Stepping out on the wrong side of the bed, right? That's the one. So, how would that... okay. Stepping outside of the wrong gate of the Stargates there. The wrong... Wait, the wrong side of the Stargate. I don't know. Alright, I messed that up. I messed that up on multiple levels. Don't worry, I'll say it correctly the next time. The next time. Kozen cast SC2. Adept Glaives, there we have it. There is that follow-up here coming out for Zest right now. Taking himself a gold base as well. Wondering if he's going to commit to this or if he's just going to take it as a little bit of a mind game right now. There's no stats. This is true. The stats ain't no Zest. Is this because of my comments saying that I thought it would look like he was trying to take it into the late game? I mean, to me, if you're going for tier 3 units, and you're not just doing it like proxied and just going all in with it at some point, that kind of looks like you're trying to get to the late game to me. You know? It's not great at late game. I don't know. I've seen him late game. Like, honestly, it looked pretty darn impressive. And it was versus Solo as well. Made Solo look silly. If he gets into late game on an equal footing, he will make Solo look silly. I promise you. I promise you. I don't promise a lot of things, but I promise you this. Right now, going for the double robo. Late game PVC is pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, if you want to see the game that I'm talking about, I'm pretty sure it was the last one we did on the Twitch channel. I want to say it also was Zest versus Solar, I do believe. I'm pretty sure it was Solar. I don't think it was DRG. It could be DRG, but I think it was Solar. Man. Pretty nuts. Right. Some roaches getting created. Both of these players trying to figure out what their opponent is up to. Hallucinated Phoenix. A non-hallucinated Overseer. There we go. Just a couple of gateways. That's all. A Forge, a Twilight Council doing its thing. Overseer is giving up on life. Realizing, you know what? I've seen what I needed to. There's no further reason for me to be here. Good amount of Immortals here. Rather terrifying amount of Immortals, actually. Zest has been on that 3 base for a while now. He may actually try to go for some sort of a big attack any moment now. You know what? 6 Immortals. That's a lot of Immortals. That's a good amount of sentries as well. I'm pretty sure he wants to go for some sort of an attack here before the before ever really taking another base, right? You want to start trading with these units, I would say. Maybe he's going to move out as he's taking another base, but definitely looking like he needs to get something sorted out with this army that he has right now. Observer and a War Prism as well on the way. You can't move out without the War Prism. You can move out a little bit as long as that War Prism is right behind you. So moving out right about now might be an opportunity, but it's got to be careful as well, of course. 2 adapts here, getting caught out, but you know what, nice positioning in between the mineral lines, making trading rather difficult. And this is a terrifying army here from Zest. A lot of sentries, a lot of Immortals. It's around the 8 to 9 minute mark. Still a lot of Ravagers though, ready to pile, and that is right on top of the ramp right now. That's a difficult location to push into. Solar coming in at the right angle at the right time. Got to be careful though, of course. This ramp not that big either, so 1 or 2 force fields and that should be it right there for the Zerg. Alright, so in the open, this is where the Solar should be having a greater time with the fighting overall. The Biles, landing okay, getting a couple of connections there. It's got to be careful. Those Immortals though, of course, if you try to just get on top of them too much and you're not quite able to, you're taking a lot of damage continuously throughout this fight. 3 kills on this Immortal, 5 on this one. Absolute powerhouses. A blink forward actually, right on top of the Ravagers right now. Is this enough for Zest to take it? I'm not quite sure if it is. The army supply is looking like it might be though. The Ravagers going down lower and lower in the HP. Nice pickups there from Zest. Still microing as hard as he can. These 2 Immortals on the bottom, actually 3 Immortals. Extremely low right now. And maybe Solar has done it? Has he done it? Yes, he has. Taking out these Immortals now. Zest panicking, trying to get another warp in going. Realizing that he needs to pick up those Immortals. He's got to be careful. The Biles on that Warp Prism could end this very quickly as well. One more warp in here, facilitating a bit of a reinforcement. But yeah, Zest now being stopped in his tracks with this one. And Solar macroing up like a madman. The Immortal drop now, basically more so just a little bit of an harassment tool instead of actually a tool to finish off the game with. There's nothing to shoot the Warp Prism though, so that's a nice little thing here for Zest. We'll be able to get quite a bit of value here. That's what he needs at this moment in time after such a attack not really going his way. Solar trying to get himself the Hydralisk then. It's a scary thing. It is a scary thing right now. If you know, pushing across the map Might look like that would just be the easy victory right here, but Solar didn't have a lot of stuff left himself either, right, after that fight. It was really just 2 Immortals versus a couple of Ravagers and a couple of Roaches. Like, just a small amount overall. Zest he's got a lot of gateways, right? We've seen that he's got a lot of gateways because he's been warping in front of our noses. Well, at least there for Solar, so... I think Solar just trying to play it cool, play it safe. He knows he's in a good position right now. That was a big committal for Zest, who's only on 58 workers at this moment in time. So if Solar just plays it cool, plays it slow, should be able to eke this out rather nicely as well. Grab himself the ultimate late game competition. And Zest already having difficulties getting another armies coming up here, let alone also tack up further along the tack tree. Alright. Zest, it looks like he's going in again for wave number 2. That's a lot of Immortals once more. How many is that even? Jeez Louise, that's like 8? Is that 8? 8 Immortals, yes it is. My dear lord. Alright, well, they're going up against a lot of Lurkers this time around, so the Zealots at the top side. It's kind of nice that it's spread out right now, but I don't think it's going to be spread out for much longer. Where are those sort of Zealots? There they are coming in. Alright, Biles need to buy a little bit of time here. Actually, that's all the Lurkers right underneath. Immortals do incredibly well against Lurkers, though. This gold base actually a little bit open now. A couple of Zealots could have just ran in there, grabbed themselves some valuable drones and such. Might be able to do so right now. Gets himself in between all these bases without the Lurkers really in a good position here. The Immortals right on top of those Lurkers actually. Being able to shoot quite a lot of them. Really taking a great fight here is Zest right now. And it looks like, oh my dear lord, this may not go in the way that Solar was hoping for. Man, that was a fantastic fight. Oh my dear lord, those Immortals just absolutely wrecking the Lurkers. And all of a sudden, Solar in one hell of a problem right now. Trying to reclaim some of this territory. Still has those 2... Well, never mind. No more Lurkers right there. Those Immortals absolutely tearing them apart at this moment in time. That was one of the worst fights Solar could have taken right there. But my dear lord, the overall control, the overall patience for Zest right there. Trying to fight a good angle. And then coming in with those, you know what, the perfect angle, I would say. The Lurkers. The Lurkers taking that fight, that is questionable, right? He could have picked up those Lurkers, moved to the left, and then just waited for the Zealots to commit. Instead, he felt it necessary to keep the Lurkers there and actually have them battle the Immortals with still a little bit of dead space in between as well. So he wasn't getting AoE damage on those Immortals, and Immortals versus Lurkers, that is a no-go. That's a no-go. That's the ultimate counter versus the Lurkers. And Zest, my dear lord, really being able to put every which unit into the maximum degree of efficiency there, right? Putting those, yeah, very well played, very well played. 2 hesitant to counter push. Yeah, maybe you should have counter pushed. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's hard to say, honestly, because, I mean, Zest did have 10 gateways. He will have shield battery overcharge there as well. He's going to have the ramps in his favor. He's going to have those force fields. You know, it's a rough one. It's a rough one. I don't blame Solar for not counter-attacking. Maybe it would have worked out better. Maybe you're right. I don't know. But, honestly, it's a tough decision to make, you know? It's a tough one to make, and I honestly think Solar made a good decision there as well to stay backwards. And like the one problem there was really the way he took that fight. Like having Lurkers fight against the Immortals and then having his Roaches, Ravagers, Hydras fighting against the Zealots, right? That's that's a role reversal. That's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to be tanking the Immortals with the Hydras, the Ravagers, and he's supposed to be fighting the Zealots with the Lurkers. But yeah, Zest just completely denying any opportunity for that to happen. And, well, hats off to Zest there. Great control. Really just, you know what, patiently maneuvering across the map, finding a great spot, and when he did, just unleashing the hammer right on top of Solar's head. Plop. that was Solar's head in game, exploding. Whew. Whew. All right, Zest tying up the series here. As we're wait a moment. Let me rethink my actions. Is this game number 5 or is this game number 4? Huh. Pretty sure we had Solar on 2 points, right? We had Zest on 1, and now we're 2-2. Man, I'm not good with these scores. The score keeping. It's 2-2, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. First game going into Zest's favor. No, it's 2-1 for Zest. Is Zest in favor right now? I think Zest might be in favor. Also, it's a best of 7, not a best of 9. Let's see. We saw Zest taking the first one. That was on South Marina, I want to say. Oh God, I don't know anymore. 2-1 Zest. All right, yeah. Maybe I was just so convinced it was going to be 2-1 for Solar that now I'm like, all right, it already was 2-1, and then Zest now taking a game. Alright. Alright, anyway. Bottom left, Red Protoss, raise your edge. Gamer, he is Zest. Top right, there's the blue Zerg fighting for Kaisi Gaming. He is Solar. Alright, here we go. Another attempt for Zest here to potentially go into the late game, where I want to see him take this one. Did block this hatchery though, of course, so already a little bit telegraphing that he might be going for the Adept Glaive attack. We'll have to wait and see. Patience is a virtue, even when you're just watching StarCraft 2. We can't just ×8 this one until we're at a further point in time. We're gonna see if it actually will be the Adapt Glaives. Although, you know what, this is a pretty good sign. this is a good sign that it will be Adapt Glaives. Twilight Council being thrown down here. Now, so far, I don't think we've seen too many incorporations of the Adept Glaive and a War Prism from Zest. But there is that Robo now as well. That is, of course, inside for that Overlord. You believe Zest is gonna take it? Is that just the previous game or the entire series you're talking about? Catharsis. Catharsis? Yeah, Zest, I mean, he is really good right now. I think he's gonna retake his throne again. The series, yeah. I think he saw the finals between Stats and Rogue, and he's like, all right, well, if you're not gonna become the best Protoss, I'm gonna be the best Protoss. Maybe he got motivated, right? Being like, you know what, this is a pretty cool storyline that we're seeing it develop right now. With, like, you know, the first Protoss in so much time to win the GSL again. I'm pretty sure he wants that title. He would love to have that title. Seeing how Stats went down up in flames, that is like rocket fuel for him to be like, you know what, alright, still got a chance to make this happen. What about Trap? Ah, Trap. He didn't get into the finals, did he? He didn't get into the finals. He didn't. He wasn't playing against Rogue. But yeah, Trap he's good. He's a good player, right? It's hard to really say anything bad about Trap. Pretty darn solid player. Right, here we go. A bit of a counter aggression from Solar, trying to punish Zest, warping in the units on the other side of the map. But you know what? Zest's very calm about this, only sending one of his warpings towards that counter circling aggression right here. Big warping into that third base, the main base as well. A little bit under pressure. Looks like the natural. Oh, we need to have those links turn around. There we go. Okay, targeting one of the drones right there. A lot of drones at the third base going down, though. Not quite finding the defense that he wants to have happen here, Solar does. Should be able to pick off these adepts, though, right? Using a lot of Zerglings in the process, though. War Prism still available as well. Oh my dear lord, that'll go close to getting killed off. Still more Zerglings as well, continuously just on this counter attack. Were those still the same two Zerglings? That's hard to say. I think it may have been. Just two Zerglings surviving against that one Adept that got warped in and then just trying to take out the Cybercore. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Alright, so in the end, 9 workers did go down. I'd say that's a very, very nice trade, especially because he got himself 42 Zerglings as well. And that's a rough one. That is definitely a rough one. You're going to have to wonder, is Solo going to be able to recuperate some sort of a force here in this game? Game number 4. It's going to be a rough one because, well, his economy has gone down the toilet. And down in the toilet, there's still another alligator with just Zest's name on it. And he's like, yo, what's up, Solar? I'm also Zest. And he's like, wait, what? You're an alligator. And he's like, yeah, that's right. And then he gets eaten. He gets eaten by the alligator. That's just what's happening right now, guys. There's no better way to put this. Solar just getting absolutely squished. But maybe this one attack here, this is one shot here, right, at Redemption, but that's a lot of good force fields. Great positioning as well. The Adepts should be able to deal with these, with the Zerglings. We need to see good Biles right here on top of this army. That's the one ticket into salvation here for Solar. The Biles need to land on top of these forces. I don't think they are quite landing the way he wants them to. And the Immortal stands strong with the help of that War Prism. More Zerglings come in, but that's more than enough Adepts right now. And I think we're going to see another GG coming out pretty soon here. Great pickups continuously from Zest here. Look at that. Ridiculous. G. Oh. Zest has too good micro. Yeah, his micro is bloody impeccable. It is so good. So good. Alright, well, that means Zest going up with 3 points right now. A 2 points difference. Great hold. Gee, that's a game. That's a game. Oh, man. But yeah, Solar again, right? He really doesn't overcommit to drones at the start. He has the units that people usually hold that at that pressure with. But then he just seems to still take quite a bit of damage, and especially against Zest. I don't know what the deal is over there. I guess Zest is just really good at micro, right? Just really good at staying on top of when those Adept shades are done, and can go across into some other base again. So, all right, game number 5 right now. Let me double check it actually. So we saw. Yeah, we started on Submarine. Yeah, okay. And then Death Aura, which is the one Solar one. Golden Wall, Everdream. Alright. Oh. Whew. Set on fire again. Thank you, Curie. Thank you, my man. Alright. Alright. Game number 5. We'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see if... wait a moment. Is there a pause or something? No, no break. Is there a break? No, there's no break, right? No. Nothing here. Nothing here. So just kind of waiting for Inu to get things started. I don't know what he's doing. Guys, remember there's Matcherino as well. So if you want to help out with the code, if you want to help us out, grab, get a little bit more money into the pockets of these pro players, definitely go check out the Matcherino page. All you got to do is fill out a coupon code, and that on its own already extra money into the pockets of these absolute tremendous legends of esports, and they would greatly appreciate it. We would greatly appreciate it. We'd also appreciate it if you help us out with a couple of those quests on the sidebar. Very easy stuff. Just follow or retweet a couple of StarCraft channels, right, or subscribe to them on YouTube. Very easy stuff, and voila, more money into the pockets of these pro players, just like that. If we all help out, it's gonna add up in the long run, and greatly appreciate every single one of you helping us out with that. You guys are amazing. Anyway, here we go. Only 1 point on the board right now. Really would like to see him get a bit of more on there. I mean, he is 1 point away from losing as well, right? If he lets one more game slip out of his grasp, he is the blue Zerg player. He is Kaisi Gaming. He is Solar. Bottom left side, we have ourselves that red Protoss powerhouse. He's on absolute great shape right now. He is the one and only Raise Your Edge gamer. He is Zest. I guess there are more Kaisi gamers and there are more Raise Your Edge gamers, but just, you know, to hype it up a little bit more. Let's pretend there was a great war between Kaisi Gaming and Raise Your Edge Gaming. All of the other players have died, and these are the two champions left standing at the end of the battlefield, looking at one another, trying to redeem their brethren. Even though there's nothing left to fight for anymore, because all their friends are gone. They're killed by the other guy across the battlefield right now. Who knows? Maybe a bit too fictional. Maybe. Third hatchery here, rather early on actually from Solar. And yeah, before the Queens in fact, so we'll be able to get that sorted very, very quickly here. Doesn't even have an Overlord scouting for the cannon rush potentially here. Already went across the field very early on here. I suppose the cannon days of the cannon rush days for Zest are kind of behind him anyway, right? So it's been a while since I've seen Zest attempt a cannon rush. It's been a good long while. There's another Stargate opening again here from Zest. Really just absolutely what he loves to go for these times. Also a little tip, guys, he puts his Stargates right here at the edge of his main base. That's where he likes to put them. That's where he likes to keep his Stargates hidden. Because normally Stargates would be around these locations, right? Further into the base, making it more difficult for Overlords to really get that scout. Zergs, though, have been getting better and better at finding routes and angles to awkwardly still get their Overlords in from the back and then coming in. But like this, you know, it's kind of smart to put it at the front again. Where you would say, you know what, this should be easier to scout for an Overlord, but ultimately it's more difficult because there's no more Overlords really ever coming in from those angles, right? Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Alright, sacrificing the elements of surprise here in order to get that Overlord with the Stalker. Spore Crawlers were already on the way though, so should be fine. Should be fine. There's actually a little bit of a supply block here for solar. Quite a bit of a supply block, I would say. It's okay. Looks okay. Making a spore crawler. Giving himself a bit more room to breathe. Yeah, it's alright. It's not the biggest that could occur. As Zest is just moving across the field right now with these two oracles. A spore crawler and a couple of queens, yeah, ready at the natural base. Actually, 3 queens. That's quite a lot of the 4 queens. My dear lord. Oh, yeah, does get that one single oracle there. Lovely job. That's gonna have to feel good. Checking to see for that 3rd base. Sees that it's not yet been created, so he came here at the right time. We'll be able to deny this for quite a while. Normally, you know what, if that Nexus is already up together with a pylon right next to it, this becomes a little bit more difficult to do. But now, because that infrastructure is not here, he can get a bit of surface area on top of these units. But the Oracle right there as well with the rest of these units will be able to still make this rather difficult. But the Zerglings actually more coming in here. The Oracle out of energy right now. Ooh, trying to get in. Will not be able to. Yeah, he's not going to get to cancel here, but he's making more Zerglings. He's smelling some blood in the water right now. Perhaps making roaches as well. There's the roach speed. Is Solar going for some sort of an attack here? There is an Evo chamber on the way, though, on that 3rd base. Might not be as aggressive as I had anticipated beforehand. Why are there 2 High Templars here in a OR prison? Is it trying to make them into a Archon right here, right now? It very well could be. Still in vision range there of Solar. It's not that easy putting stuff on a perfect pillar, is it? No, sir. So, I'm pretty sure he's going to go for the storm drop here. Yeah, that's exactly what is happening. Interesting. There is a spore crawler already on this little edge right now. So, this War Prism might have to rotate around it a little bit here. Or take quite a bit of damage. It's going to get close, yeah. Dropping those High Templar perhaps a little bit earlier than he wanted to. Now, because of the zoning from the spore and the queen right there, not going to be able to really chase either. Interesting stuff. Didn't quite get what he wanted to, I suppose, but 3 workers, right? 3 workers for a bit of energy. It's worth. And still has the High Templar as well, has the Storm. But, yeah, probably not as good as the previous game, of course, where he got so many drones together just by getting a lot of the adepts right there earlier on. Again, the lurker den being constructed here for Solar. Solar loves them lurkers continuously. ITaX as well on the way. It's going to be able to immediately start up those upgrades. Really make the lurker a force to be reckoned with. Looks like this... looks like the Ursidon has taken a Zergling under his wing. So, don't worry. I'll make you big and tough. That's a lot of Storm right now available here for Zest. I think Zest is kind of understanding what the army composition of Solar is, or what he likes to go for at least, right? He really is heavily relying on the Hydralisk, the Zerglings, and well, no Banelings just quite. Yeah, it's Roaches this time around, so that might help out Solar quite a bit here. Solar, yeah, sure. Solar should have this fight quite easily, I'd say. There's no force fields here whatsoever. The Storms could still do quite a bit, though. These Lurkers, oh, the Lurkers. Okay, well, into the ground they go. He's just gonna have to try and get links on top of the Immortals right here. He's trying to do a bit of a surround, surround. A counter-attack there with the Zerglings. We've seen Immortals versus Lurkers earlier on as well. We saw how that panned out. Did not end well for the Zerg. Link's still not quite in here. Just an overlord and an overseer there. In the main base of the Protoss. Couple of queens do go down. They're just going to be able to get themselves in a bit of a better position still. I like the overall the concave that they have going. Should be able to do quite a bit here. The War Prism still facilitating a point of reinforcing.
Base is under attack.
Sees the attack coming in. A single Ling spotting that 4th base in production. It's kind of a sign that Zest is not feeling it all that much. Not quite sure which way he's supposed to go, or if he's going to be able to break Solar here. So looking for another base. It's a good sign for Solar, but also, of course, still a scary moment in time here. Nonetheless. Oh, a Nidus Worm. Oh, I love this from Solar. Going straight up for the Nidus. Sending a lot of links here in the air as well. We'll be able to get a cancel on that base. And still repositioning his army properly enough to really stop this Protoss army from doing anything here. Zest. Okay, Zest kind of calming down, moving backwards in order to deal with the Ling harassment. Already did so, luckily for him. Alright, we're going to have to keep our eye out open for whether or not there's going to be a Nidus Worm, and what is coming in with the Nidus Worm, of course, as well. Do we have anything in the Nidus network so far? No, so, alright. Let's see. He's going to put it over here. If he gets a Nidus Worm in the main base with a couple of lurkers there, that's going to be incredibly difficult to deal with. And Zest is going to have to deal with it, right? Oh, has he finally outpositioned his opponents? Ah, no, the lurkers are here again. Overseer in the main base did get picked off. I think... okay, Solar there, missing a little bit of his opponent there. Ooh, doo, 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 doo. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lurkers, don't move too far forwards. I'm actually really going for this fight. It's surprising there's still a good amount of immortals there, but I guess the lurker count is getting incredibly scary right now. Quite literally terrifying. Looking to perhaps intercept from the backside as well. Get a surround going here. No, okay. Looking for those disruptors. Oh, that's going to be a big one. Oh, that's a massive one. That's as much as you can hope for with these disruptors. Alright, well, that entire counter-attack, well, multi-pronged attack there on the left side completely shut down. Oh my dear lord. Oh, these lurkers. You gotta be careful for the disruptors now. The counter versus lurkers when the immortals are not enough. Yep. That's slowly gonna whittle them down. And Zest is just gonna go across the field right now. Oh my god, if Solar's gonna try to move backwards, I think he might. It's gonna be so difficult to actually get into a good position now with the disruptors zoning away his lurkers, but the lurkers coming in from the backside. Will they be able to get a good place here? Let's take a look. That is the... Oh, these disruptor shots though. That is just so incredibly painful. The army of Solar just getting absolutely wrecked. Only has three of these lurkers remaining, but you know what? Actually, Zest's army as well. Also falling rather low on the supply right now. A lot more lurkers on the way. Yes, Solar does have a much better bank, and he's making great use of it right now. Coming in across the fields, mostly just zealots and stalkers here. It should be a good fight for those lurkers, but of course the counter-attack also coming in. Those stalkers still trying to buy some time. Alright, Solar, you need to do something here with this army, mate. You need to get your stuff together. Try to get something to work out into your favor. There is a 4th base here for Zest, but of course Solar already grabbing himself a 6th, and right now looking pretty darn comfortable. More and more disruptors are coming out. Alright, the disruptor's not quite here just yet. Nice spreading out on those lurkers. Gotta be careful. Oh my god, he just fully surrounded this army right here from Zest, and I think this may be it. That's gonna be a lot of value that those lurkers are getting more Hydras at the top side as well. And there you go, just like that. GG is called. Zest not quite having enough right there with the disruptors. And yeah, honestly, that is another game going in favor for Solar, but I'm a bit disappointed we didn't see the late game with the carriers there from Zest, right? Maybe he's just trying out something else. Maybe he's just experimenting more so. But, Disruptor carrier, perhaps? Would that be the best way? Oh no, you need Storm, you need Archons as well against the Corruptors who would eventually come into play. But yeah, Alright. Well, Solar, he brings us into another game here. He's not giving up quite yet. That is for sure. We'll be looking to go into game number 6 right now. 1 game removed from match points. Needs 2 wins in a row. It's getting a little bit rough. It's getting a little bit rough here. Guys, we do have Matcherino. If you want to help us out, by the way, hit us up with a code right there. Don't have to if you don't really want to, but it would support us. It would support StarCraft 2. We would appreciate it. It would support these players as well, right? That money does go to the players, so if you like what you're seeing, it would make sense that you want to see more, and then we would ask of you just a little bit of a small, tiny bit of effort to get that sorted, get that all together. It only takes a couple of seconds, right? It really does only take a couple of seconds. All right. Looks like we are ready to go for the next one. Again, on match points here for Zest, of course. But we're a little bit more tied up right now. Not quite yet, though, of course. Solar's still a steep mountain to climb, but ultimately, he's making some progress right now, right? He's at base camp 1 on the mountain. Still has two base camps to make before he reaches the peak, but Zest already... He's looking to take it down. He's looking to shut Solar down here. Most likely wants to get that done as quickly as possible as well. Alright, here we go. In the top right side, we have ourselves that blue Zerg powerhouse. He is the one, he's the only, and he is the Kaizi gamer. He is Solar. And the Protoss, the man of destruction himself. He is the red Protoss player from Razor Edge Gaming. He is Zest. Alright, yeah. And as Sushi is saying as well, of course, guys, if you like the streams here, we would very much appreciate it if you consider making an account for Trovo and following us here in order to get yourself some more high-level content on this platform, on this channel. We would be very happy to supply it for you, and we're hoping to have that continuously be the case, of course. Oh, alright. There's that gas. Quick, gonna get himself a spawning pool as well. There we go. Setting up shop. That bottom left side. Yeah, alright. Dissect a little bit here, right? So far we've seen Zest once trying to get into that extreme late game. Didn't quite work out for him today. Maybe he feels there's just been a couple more inventions from the Zergs. Well, inventions, but a couple more ways being found out how to counter that, right? How to combat something for the late game carrier army. The previous time we definitely saw Solar still struggling a little bit, trying to go for the infestors with the neural parasite, but ultimately, like, not ever really getting even close to Zest. But yeah, it's just such a powerhouse overall. The feedback to keep the Vipers and the Infestors away, Archons and Storm to keep the Corruptors away. It is it's a difficult army to control, but Zest, man, oh man, he did it absolutely brilliantly. And I would love to see it again. But we are opening up here with the Twilight Council instead from him. We've seen this a couple of times already as well. Did not manage to get the block off on the natural base, so it's going to be a little bit of a walk for any type of, well, a small walk. I mean, for any type of defending units to move back and forth between these bases. Oh well. Oh well. There's the Robo as well. Just not messing around. Just going to go for a straight up build that he knows that it works. He knows actually. Oh my dear lord. There's the Dark Shrine instead actually being created. Okay, that's another build that just straight up works, right? I think Solar's going to take less damage overall. But ultimately, I mean, this could still do quite a bit of damage in the form of the Archon drop, right? Would like to see the DTs as well. Still getting himself quite a bit of value, but... Alright, so where is this Dark Shrine? It's right over here. Warp Prism. Is he going to use the Warp Prism to kill the Overlords? I don't think so. He just wants to get across the map right now. And the Warp Prism at this moment in time, I mean, this is still the regular timing, right, for the Adept Pressure. So even if it does get scouted, it doesn't really scream that what it's going to be. Good thing here for Solar is, of course, he already has those Spore Crawlers up and running. Should be able to get himself that stealth detection in order. All he needs now is just a couple of units to facilitate the damage to kill the Dark Templar, as he will be able to see them. There's the Warp Prism right now in warp mode. Alright, Queens running across the field right now, trying to get themselves into a position to start dealing with this. He's going to have to make the decision on whether or not he wants to target down the Warp Prism or the DTs right now. Does decide to go more so for the DTs. Can't say I blame him. They were dealing quite a bit of damage onto those Queens. And Zest immediately just is like, alright, well, never mind. We're not doing this again. We're going to go for the Archon. He doesn't get himself a second Dark Templar, though. So maybe right now he will... interesting. Very interesting, actually. Yeah, he's keeping one of the Dark Templars around. Managed to still get a bit of damage on those Queens because of this. A couple of DTs here as well. Looks like the third base did get denied a little bit there by Solar. This might be why Zest actually didn't warp in any more DTs here. In order to make himself another Archon. There we go. Now going for it. That makes a lot of sense actually. Overseer on the way. I gotta say, this is a great start here for Solar, of course. Gonna feel pretty darn comfortable. Just gonna have to be aware of what is coming up next. And he needs to stay on the lookout. That Archon absolutely gutted. Not the greatest positioning there. Oh, the Zealots as well, actually. Getting caught out a little bit here. Zealots would have loved to be in between those pylons, of course, but they're not adepts. They cannot shoot at a distance, so have to expose themselves a little bit more. So trying to safeguard the shield battery, but oh well, oh well. Archons everywhere. They can deal quite nicely actually with those roaches as long as you're on top of that micro. Of course you can, and should be able to dodge most of those shots. Of course it takes a lot of attention away from anything else you might be trying to accomplish. Ten roaches right now. 28 in total, plus 9. That would be 37 roaches in total. Is he gonna go across the map here? It's starting to become a possibility, right? Still hovering around the 60 drone count, not quite going up to the 70 or 80. The way Zergs can shoot up in supply is ridiculous. I mean, yeah. It's just how Zerg works, you know? It's the roaches. They don't do a lot, to be fair. I mean, if this was supply of immortals, it would every single time it would just be done and over with. But yeah, it's, you know, it's it's how roaches operate. They be the swarm. Oh, not quite getting into this base. Oh, never mind. There they go. They will get into that base. One queen does fall here, but a big battle actually occurring at the same time. Alright, will it be enough here for Solar? I think it very well might be. We need to see the Bios trying to keep the War Prism away from making the reinforcements. Alright, well, you know what? There we go. GG is called. Solar holding on to this attack like that. And Zest, I'm not quite sure what he was planning to do. Felt a little bit like a 2-base attack, even though he was still on that 3rd base as well at the time. Interesting. Let's take a look. Workers active. Yeah, he stuck around at like 50 workers for a while there. I think he did try to just go straight up for some sort of an attack. And that means we're going into the ace match right now, guys. Solar versus Zest. And Solar, you know what? He's got some momentum going for him, right? Suddenly he's tied up again. He went 3-1. And all of a sudden, got himself back in the running here. Zest's got to be kicking himself in a way, right? Getting so close and suddenly things are falling apart. Zest definitely having quite a good couple of games himself as well, though, to be fair. But Solar just saw that attack coming in, prepped for it, made the right amount of units, and didn't overdrone. And that's how you win. That's how you win as Zerg against that type of stuff, right? And he makes it look silly because, you know what, he did it so well, just anticipating the move from Zest and then just having whatever he needed to defend against it. Yeah. Alright, Solar. Eternal Empire here, the final map. Neither of these players really looking forward to playing on it, apparently, because it well, never got picked, right? With the best of 7, you just got to pick the order of the map. So this is the map. Neither of these players was like, you know what, this is the map. This is my map. I want to make things happen on. But then, to be fair, that might be because it's a well-balanced map, right? If it is a well-balanced map, that means that neither of these players feel like they have an advantage on it. So, of course, they'll pick the other maps where they feel they do have an advantage on over this map where they feel like, you know what, things are kind of equal, right? That's interesting. That is interesting indeed. Anyway, alright, so in the top right side, we have ourselves the blue Zerg player fighting for Kaisi Gaming. He is Solar. Bottom left side, that red Protoss. Fighting for the Raising Your Edge Gamers. He is Zest. Alright. Alright. Better show us, Zest, what you are up to this time around. The DTs didn't quite work out. The Archon drops didn't quite work out. Are we going back into the Adepts? Are we going back into the Carriers? What is going to be on the menu? Gonna have to wait patiently. As Solar is as well across the map right now. Trying to come up tactfully with a way to respond to our team leaders suddenly being like, yeah, it's insane how Zerg can just shoot up in supply. Come on, Sushi, it's the way it's supposed to work. This is Zerg. They got roaches, they got lings. That is the army that's supposed to shoot up in supply. And then you tap out on max supply, and then that's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it goes. I will have nothing else to say about it. Twilight Council. There again for Zest. Robo as well. Adding in. Gonna get himself, I assume what would be another Adept Pressure, right? It is the build that is continuously working out for him here with the glaives. Stop simping for Zerg. I'm not simping for Zerg. I'm simping for the game being well balanced. Dark Shrine on the way as well. I mean, if you have the similar supply of Zerg versus Protoss, when it's Zergling Roach versus Stalker Immortal Sentry, the Protoss would win 24/7 every single time. And that would suck. That would be bad. I mean, we can go back to making the Roach one supply, I suppose. That, you know, if that's what you guys want. If that's what you're after, alright, let's do it. Let's make it happen. It's gonna suck as well. That's also gonna be bad, isn't it? So easily if they're left alone, yeah. So don't leave them alone. Don't just, you know, do the no rush 10 minute strat. No harassment in 10 minutes. Alright, coming in here. Couple of DTs. There's the Spore Crawler already. So Zest once again is going to have to move backwards with these DTs. And I'm a little bit disappointed for him going DTs continuously. I never feel like he's getting a lot of value with these. He's forcing out links and such, but other than that, I mean, what is he getting done with these? Okay, he's gonna go in with 3 more Dark Templars actually. The Spore Crawler is moving right now, so maybe he's gonna be able to find some damage right here. Going into the 3rd base, that Spore Crawler is open for business right now. Targeting down drones left, right, and center. 10 of them immediately go down. And it's, you know what, going in with the 2nd wave of those Dark Templars. Working out rather nicely right now. Alright, I guess I have to take it back. Well done by Zest going for the Dark Templar. And going for quite a bit of damage here. 8 workers just like that. 51 versus 44 right now. I feel like the word simp is becoming a new term for the word nerd, in a sense. If that makes sense. You know, I would be nerding out for StarCraft 2 or for something. And now nerd has stopped being a bad term, and suddenly we found a new word to, you know, because it's a word for you liking something very much. More so than somebody else's. And then, you know, making that a bad thing. It's the devolution of language. Yeah. The evolution, devolution of... I agree. I think it's a devolution. I don't like the word. Sooner or later, we're gonna get a movie called Revenge of the Simps. Or the Return of the Simps. What's it called again? Return of the... Revenge of the Nerds. It's gonna happen. But But yeah, it's funny that you have a word that is negative. Revenge, yeah. It's a negative word for some, you know, people liking something. It's just a weird idea overall to me, you know? I guess liking something too much, or kind of defending it without much real thought into it, maybe, or you know what, neglecting new evidence about why something might not be as good, but then, you know, you're already so invested in liking it, then I can see why it would be bad, you know? What's that called? It's like a warped perspective that you are having. Anyway. Let's take a look. There's a spire on the way here. The purple gas is going to help out quite a bit right now with facilitating a good amount of extra money for those Mutalisks. We already have 1,700 gas and minerals stacked up right now. Should be allowing us to get a good amount of Mutalisk on the fields here. Storm is about to pop though. So is Blink. So those are some two great tools in order to help defeat the Mutalisk onslaught that is bound to be coming in the way right now. 19 of them in total. But Zest is moving forwards here. Those Stalkers, the Archons, and of course the High Templar as well, all now running across the field, trying to get this sorted. Solar's going to go for the counter-attack though. He's moving across the field, going for the destruction of bases. Mutual assured destruction. It's absolutely mad right now. Alright, you know what? There's still a good amount of Stalkers here. It looks like Solar not feeling comfortable with taking a fight there. He's trying to run away. All his drones not trying to... Well, trying to avoid losing too many of them. He's avoided crucial damage so far. And he is just moving back and forth. What are you up to, Solar? This is the worst thing you can do. He's got to make up his mind. He's got to figure out what he is planning. He's just making more Zerglings, more Mutalisks. He's trying to find anything where he can take a fight. And ultimately, he's just using units when Zest is still absolutely fine and dandy at his own base. Great force fields there. Going to keep out the Zerglings as well. As soon as he gets up that main ramp right now, that's going to be an impossible situation here for Solar to still take a fight. Look at those storms. Absolutely lovely. And I think that's going to be a GG here. Zest took it in. Oh my dear lord. Solar going on down the drain. GG is called. Zest taking game number 7. And that was a rough one. That was a rough one. Basically what you're saying is Zerg is OP. No. Good try, I suppose. I don't know if that was a good try or not. Anyway, GG's overall, guys. Solar taking the loss there. Ultimately moving back and forth, not quite figuring out where he is supposed to go. Zest proving once again that, you know what, he is, in fact, the best when it comes around to beating Solar, in fact, overall. Got down to the wire still. Still got very close, but ultimately Zest just an absolute mad beast of a Protoss player. And taking down Solar right then and there. Well played overall. Some lovely games there by Zest. I can't believe that he managed to get himself that many kills still with the DTs, even though they got scouted, and even though it was the second wave. Anyway, guys, what a good couple of games. GG is called, and that is going to be it. That's going to be it. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, the Matcherino thing is still open for business right now. And, yeah, hope to see you all next time. And, love you all. See you later. Bye-bye.
Nuclear.